What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 3C Chapter 61 Advertisement with Mangekyo, he can do everything. Orochimaru, I will connect my chakra with you, and you will appear in Konoha village in the next instant. At that time, your subordinates can use the 4 purple flame formation to trap the 3rd generation. Chakra contact? Orochimaru looked suspiciously at Uchiha Qiye's avatar. What is this way? Suddenly, as if thinking of something, his pupils shrank suddenly. Could this guy know the time and space ninjutsu Flying Thunder God? Orochimaru has seen Impure World reincarnation from 2nd Hokage's Forbidden Technique scroll, which naturally also has a record of Flying Thunder God technique. He once wanted to try to learn, but in the end he found that he couldn't learn. Even as a genius of Konoha, he had to admire Namikaze Minato at that time. A ninja more talented than him, he has only seen 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato and Uchiha Itachi. The current Uchiha Qiye may also be able to join this line. Actually able to learn 2nd Hokage's Forbidden Technique. 3rd Hokage Grandmaster thousands of ninjutsu, Flying Thunder God he must know, but he also does not. Time and space ninjutsu is not so easy to learn. Could this guy Qiye have already marked Konoha? Interesting? Orochimaru pursed his lips, as if he was afraid that his lips would be dehydrated. Everything is ready. Uchiha Qiye is now waiting for his clone to teleport Orochimaru and the others to Konoha. Orochimaru watched the pupil of Uchiha Qiye's right eye change. From the 3-hook jade directly into the appearance of the shuriken. Kimimaro told him that he had seen Uchiha's Sharingan when he played against Uchiha Qiye. And it's not the ordinary 3-tomo Sharingan, but a different shape. At that time, Orochimaru guessed that Qiye had started Mangekyo Sharingan. Today, he saw this eye with his own eyes. Kimimaro on the side frowned slightly. When he played against Uchiha Qiye, the eyes he saw were the same shape. Then Uchiha Qiye's figure suddenly appeared behind him. The second time he saw such eyes, the fear in his heart gradually emerged. Orochimaru's solemn expression changed slightly, and the corners of his mouth grinned. Orochimaru, the god of war with a crooked mouth, is also very interested. Qiye-kun, you really have the Mangekyo Sharingan. I really don't know what kind of pain you went through. Orochimaru spent a lot of time researching and experimenting in order to obtain the bodies of the Uchiha clan. Let him know more about Sharingan, the pupil of spiritual portrayal. The emotions of the Uchiha family are very strong. Once the strong emotions are released, a special chakra will emerge in the brain to act on the optic nerve. Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan was started under such circumstances. Orochimaru has his own ideas. He disdains to transplant Sharingan into himself like Danzo. In Orochimaru's view that is not perfect, he seeks perfect people. Danzo is not the Uchiha family. Even if they have 1st-generation cells, they will exert the power of Sharingan to the ultimate. The original match is the most important, and the only power that can make the eyes properly is Uchiha's body. That's what makes it perfect, which is why Orochimaru has always been obsessed with Uchiha. In his eyes, Danzo was nothing more than his experiment after all. With living corpse reincarnation, the forbidden technique, he can achieve immortality. There are endless experiments, and fun awaits him. This is the scientist Orochimaru. Well, the chakras of Uchiha Qiye's avatar are all connected with Orochimaru. Mr. Orochimaru, don't blink, we will be in Konoha in the next second. Shush, moisturizing is silent. Advertisement. A few fallen leaves fell, and there was no one on this open grass except for the body of Aburame Mingzi. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was standing in the open space on the Hokage rock, shrank suddenly. He felt very sensitive after fighting for many years. Suddenly, a strong aura burst out from behind him. That is a powerful killing intent. No, it is a killing intent in goodwill. How is this going? The feeling made him both familiar and unfamiliar. Turn around and look at the dark place. Sarutobi Hiruzen's ravaged face twitched. Who? An enchanting figure slowly walked out of that dark place. Snakeskin walking, charming figure, who else could it be? Under the moonlight and the lights, 3rd generation finally saw the figure clearly. The previously relaxed expression instantly became solemn. It's you, Orochimaru. Oh, Mr. Sarutobi, long time no see, don't put on such a scary look. There's nothing to say now, Orochimaru, you're already a traitor to the village. Sarutobi Hiruzen was puzzled. How did Orochimaru suddenly come to the village? The village is clearly surrounded by a perception barrier, but didn't the perception ninjas who maintain the barrier perceive it? This is impossible. The warlock of the enchantment changes every once in a while, and it is impossible for Orochimaru to know. At this point, 3rd Hokage is very confident. Seeing 3rd generation's puzzled expression, Orochimaru felt an inexplicable relief in his heart. He couldn't help sticking out his long tongue and licking his lips again. Mr. Sarutobi, we haven't seen each other for so long. I'll come to see your old man. Can we catch up with you? Now, I have nothing to say to you, a traitor. If you take action against the village, I will let you go once, and I will not let you go today. When third Hokage discovered that Orochimaru was experimenting with humans and researching forbidden technique. These are all against the rules of the village. At that time, he read Orochimaru as his own disciple and had deep feelings. Not listening to the ape demon's persuasion, he let Orochimaru escape by releasing water. However, the mistakes of the past, he will never make again today. Mr. Sarutobi, how long ago was that? I went back to the village today, but I am very interested in your head. Orochimaru's calm cheeks instantly turned hideous. The nose, lips, and eyes of the whole face are intertwined with each other. Distorted and deformed, like artificial violence. It was shocking to see. Third Hokage's dignified face was dripping with sweat. This disciple of mine is still so pervert. Right now, the safety of the village is the most important thing. Third Hokage made Anbu search for a lot of Orochimaru intel. Knowing that he founded a sound hidden village, this time, he did not know how many ninjas Orochimaru brought. Are you going to attack the village? The most important thing at the moment is to notify other ninjas and put the village on emergency alert. Ninja, 4 purple flame formation. Suddenly, a huge purple barrier enveloped Orochimaru and third Hokage. The old face of third generation was full of solemnity. This was no ordinary enchantment. Seems to see the idea of third generation. Orochimaru laughed. Sarutobi-sensei, I won't attack the village this time. My target is only you. Chapter 62. Advertisement cough. The old third generation coughed a few times. Oh Orochimaru, the old man's head is not so easy to hold. Mr. Sarutobi, you are still stubborn. You should have chosen the 5th Hokage, because you are going to die here today. The 4 Jonin who maintained the 4 purple flame formation breathed a sigh of relief. After waiting for so long, this moment has finally come. 4 purple flame formation, seal. This barrier can only be destroyed from within. But now the 4 elite Jonin also covered their bodies with the enchantment. This time, after all, no one bothered Orochimaru and Sarutobi Hiruzen. Konoha Village, Department of Perception. Mr. Hiei, several different chakras are perceived on the Hokage rock, among which the chakra of Lord Hokage is also inside. Yamanaka Kaiichi, Ino's father, he is currently the captain of the Konoha Perception Department. What? A few powerful strange chakras. Yamanaka's expression froze, and there was an ominous premonition in his heart. Stretching into the water polo with one hand, he immediately sensed it. This chakra is. A terrifying and sinister aura spewed from the depths of his heart. He was familiar with this evil and strange chakra. Cold sweat broke out from his back, his hands clenched into fists, sizzling. Word by word. It's him, Orochimaru is in the village. What? Everyone was shocked, they couldn't believe that S-Class Rebel was actually in the village. The title of Konoha Sannin is unknown to everyone in the ninja world. Orochimaru is a Sannin with the same name as Jiraiya and Tsunade. In terms of ambition and strength, the most terrifying is undoubtedly Orochimaru. The entire perception department fell into silence. According to legend, the power of Sannin is not something they can compete with. In the entire Konoha village, I am afraid that only Lord Hokage is the only one. Konoha's perception barrier is still there, didn't you sense it right away? Captain Hiei, we are not aware of the barrier all the time, but the chakra of Orochimaru suddenly appeared in the village, and we also thought it was very strange that the barrier did not move at all. Yamanaka Kai gritted his teeth. Now blaming is useless, the most important thing is to come up with countermeasures. Judging from the perception results just now, there are only 7 unfamiliar chakras. In other words, only 7 people sneaked into Konoha quietly. Orochimaru did not lead a large group of ninjas to attack Konoha. If many unfamiliar chakras appear in the village at once, it will definitely cause chaos. Not the worst outcome yet. This is the case inside Konoha village, and the situation outside the village is known. The area covered by the enchantment is limited to Konoha village. There was no strange news from the ninjas on duty outside the village, and there were no large numbers of ninjas gathered in Orochimaru who wanted to come outside the village. Yamanaka Kai made a decisive decision and issued an order. Notify Anbu's people, let them go to Hokage Rock to support Lord Third Generation, and let the villagers evacuate and enter a safe area. Not only Anbu, let some elite Jonin follow them to Hokage Rock, and the rest of the ninjas will do the border defense work of the village. Yes, Captain Hiei. Call me Mr. Lu Ju immediately. With Nara Shikahisa as his partner, Yamanaka Kaiichi believes he can take better measures to deal with it. Nara Shikahisa, who was resting with his eyes closed in the Nara clan, suddenly opened his eyes. Yamanaka Kaiichi's voice appeared in his mind just now. Advertisement. Is this a hallucination? The Nara clan, the Yamanaka clan, and the Akamichi clan have been the Ino Shikacho squad for many years. Hallucinations should also occur. Hey, Lukisa, are you there? Hey, Shikaku, please answer if you hear me. Damn it. Here it is again. Hi Yi, we just met yesterday, don't you let me go to bed, this damn auditory hallucination. Yamanaka Kaiichi, who was far away in the Konoha perception department, had a black line on his face. He was all too familiar with his partner. In addition to being afraid of women, the second thing is that you are afraid of trouble. Hey, Lu Ju, this is not an auditory hallucination. There is a big incident in the village. I am trying to change my mind to technique and talk to you again. Hey, it's really you, Hi Yi, what's the big deal, just don't be too troublesome. Judging from Yamanaka Kaiichi's urgent tone, Shikahisa knew that things were not easy. Based on his understanding of his partner, this is definitely a matter of urgency, and it is impossible not to be troublesome. Listen, Lu Ju, don't be too troublesome to say what I'm going to say next. Orochimaru is in the village now, and with Lord Hokage in the clearing above the Hokage rock statue, I am afraid that the battle has already started. Orochimaru? Hearing the name Nara, Shikahisa was startled. Konoha has not heard from Orochimaru for a long time, but he suddenly appeared again at this time. It's still too much trouble, Hi Yi. Yamanaka Kaiichi. Yamanaka Kaiichi told Nara Shikahisa about the battle plan he just issued. Kakashi smiled reassuringly. Your partner really didn't disappoint me. Another important point is that when you transfer the villagers, you should calm their minds and not cause panic, especially the children in the ninja school. They're the most troublesome. Clear. Although it was just dark, some villagers fell asleep very early. Getting them to transfer is a real hassle. Konoha has experienced the Nine Tails Rebellion, and these villagers still understand the danger. On the Hokage rock statue, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Orochimaru are still facing each other. At this time, Orochimaru had tears in his eyes. Orochimaru, are you shedding tears of remorse for the pain of fighting the teacher? No, Teacher Sarutobi, these tears are for you who are about to die. Wow, a light wind blew by. Sarutobi Hiruzen took off his Hokage robe and wore a black ninja battlesuit. Orochimaru, are you still the same, still so obsessed with the village, what is your purpose? Ha. Looking at the serious Sarutobi Hiruzen, Orochimaru couldn't help but smile. Mr. Sarutobi, I'm not obsessed with Konoha. The ninja world is too peaceful now. I just want to kill you and a gust of wind blows. The wind makes the wheel of ninja history turn, and I just want to see this turn the result of. As for the purpose you said, maybe there is, that is Uchiha's body. As soon as he finished speaking, Orochimaru's neck instantly stretched. As light and agile as a snake, it instantly pounces on third Hokage. This Orochimaru actually took the lead in launching the attack. In the distance, Uchiha Qiye, sitting on an eaves, carefully observed the battle. In the original book, Orochimaru played against third Hokage in Naruto's Chunin exam. And now Naruto, they are still in ninja school. How would the outcome of this fight be different? Orochimaru said he had absolute confidence in killing the third generation. Since ancient times, those who set up flags could not escape the fate of slap in the face. But he is different, he is Orochimaru. Qiye is also looking forward to this. Meanwhile, the quiet and peaceful Konoha village has become restless. Chapter 63. Advertisement. Meanwhile, the quiet and peaceful Konoha village has slowly become restless. Uchiha Qiye saw many ninjas walking through the village. Among them were several masked Konoha Anbu heading towards Hokage Rock. Qiye smiled lightly. Have you discovered Orochimaru and the others, as expected of Konoha, one of the 5 great ninja villages? This kind of emergency response measures can be said to be quite fast. The Konoha sensing department noticed it not long after Qiye moved Orochimaru and the others to the clearing on the rock statue. Qiye also conducted some chakra perception, among which there were several chakra figures that he was familiar with. People like Kakashi, Asuma, Genma Shiranui and others all acted. Yamanaka Kaiichi's order reached every ninja within minutes. Kakashi, Asuma and others are walking through the Konoha. The two looked solemn. Hey, Kakashi, did you get the news too? Yeah, that Orochimaru guy is already in the village. Orochimaru, the legendary Sannin. Even Kakashi couldn't help but shiver when he heard this name. When he was in Anbu, he stopped Orochimaru from escaping the village. At that time, the other party was just a look, and the terrifying coercion had already made him unable to move. The kind of deterrent he had never experienced before. At that time, he held the kunai and watched Orochimaru pass by him. Kakashi also wanted to move his body, but at that time, his body seemed to be frozen and motionless. Intuition tells him that as long as there is a little movement, with Orochimaru's strength, he will be wiped out in an instant. It's been several years now, and Kakashi can't help but shudder when he thinks back to this scene. At that time, the strength between them was simply not the same dimension. Even now, Kakashi is not sure of defeating Orochimaru. Of course, he is confident that he can perish with the other party. Of course, this is just his own idea. At this time, Kakashi couldn't help thinking of his teacher, Namikaze Minato. He muttered in his mouth, "Miss Minato, if only you were still here." If Kakashi believed that his teacher was still alive, Orochimaru would never dare to act so recklessly. Now, I can only believe in third generation. Looking at Kakashi's sad face, Asuma couldn't help but ask. Kakashi, what did you just say? No, nothing. By the way, Guy, why didn't you see him? Abandoning melancholy, Kakashi knew that he couldn't rely on the dead, and now he could only rely on himself. Kakashi was surprised not to see Guy, who is usually the most active at such times. It just so happens that Guy and Aoba went out on a mission. I'm afraid it will take 2 or 3 days to come back. Kakashi. Damn it, but at this time, on the Hokage rock statue, the electric light flint. Sarutobi Hiruzen is coming with Orochimaru's neck stretched extremely quickly, going straight to third generation. Click, blood splattered. Orochimaru frowned slightly as he craned his neck. No, it's not like this. Bang, third Hokage's whole person became a wooden stake. Body replacement technique. In a blink of an eye, third Hokage came a few meters behind Orochimaru using the body flicker technique. Mr. Sarutobi, the body replacement technique has been used. Do you underestimate me? Third Hokage is no nonsense, and both hands quickly seal. Haha, Orochimaru, the power of your ninjutsu is not comparable to our Konoha's genin. Why, do you want to go back to the ninja school to learn it again? Advertisement unable to stop laughing a few times, third Hokage took a deep breath and gathered chakra in his mouth. Fire style, dragon bullets. The third generation spewed out a hot flame from its mouth and instantly covered Orochimaru's petite body. What? A shrill scream followed. Third generation glanced at it with a look of disdain on his face. Oh Orochimaru, as my disciple, I can't have only this ability, I can't teach such students. Hiss, a gigantic snake emerged from the earth with a terrifying sound of spitting letters. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, don't say that, I'm the cutest student you can be proud of. At this moment, a group of Konoha Enbu has arrived at the clearing above the Hokage rock statue. Finally got to see third generation and Orochimaru. Passerby Anbu. Yes, that person is Orochimaru. Lord Hokage is at war with him. Hokage-sama, are you alright? Anbu's appearance caught the attention of third Hokage and Orochimaru. Orochimaru couldn't help licking his lips, and said impatiently, the annoying little mouse has finally appeared. How is the situation in the village? Are there any other ninjas? Third Hokage asked eagerly, now that he was more concerned about the condition of the village than himself. The most important thing is whether Orochimaru led a large number of ninjas to attack Konoha. Master Hokage can rest assured that everything is normal in the village, and there are no other ninjas. The villagers are hiding in the safe area in an orderly manner. We told him that some unknown villagers were dangerous drills. Third generation breathed a sigh of relief. It seems Orochimaru didn't lie, he didn't lead a large group of ninjas to attack Konoha. Ms. Sarutobi, you are so considerate of the village, but this attitude makes me sick. I told you, I came to the village this time for only you. Lord Hokage, wait a moment, we will open the barrier and deal with the enemy with you. These Anbus can't wait, the S-class rebellion is right in front of them, who can keep calm? One of them, Anbu, grabbed the kunai and rushed forward. This mere barrier, let me break it. Wait, stop. The calls of several other Anbu couldn't stop him at all. A passerby, Anbu, drew directly towards the purple barrier with Kuwu. Hiss, kunai just touched the purple barrier, and a group of purple flames spewed out instantly. The kunai was instantly shattered, and the flames completely covered it. With a scream, the Anbu ninja instantly turned to ashes. This scene happened too suddenly, and the other Anbu stopped moving forward. This shocking scene made the other Anbu startled. The power of this purple barrier is so strong that it is not so easy to open. It is safest to think of a way from within the enchantment. The four who maintained the barrier sneered. HMPH, Konoha, these idiots, actually came up to die. You don't have to worry about me, just protect the village and leave it to me. But, Hokage-sama, Hokage's order, Anbu had to start from. You guys go to the village border defense, the battle here is handed over to us. This group of Anbu soldiers is divided into 2 groups, which is the best result. Now they can only believe that third Hokage has defeated Orochimaru. Oh Orochimaru, I have a question, I know that I will die without regrets. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, do you want to know how I escaped the perception of the village barrier? Yes, that's it. Orochimaru stroked his long flowing hair and said calmly, thanks to that man's help, _. Chapter 64 Advertisement. Yo Orochimaru, I'm curious how you escaped the perception of the village barrier. The old voice of third Hokage expressed the doubts in his heart, and the solemn expression made his heart tense. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, I didn't expect you to be very curious about this. I can come here thanks to the help of that man. That man? Yes, that man. Orochimaru looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen with a half smile. The feeling of playing with Hokage in the palm of his hand made him quite happy. He murmured inwardly, Kie-kun, you still have the foresight. Control is more interesting than destruction. Orochimaru was amazed at Uchiha Qiye's ability. In an instant, several of them were teleported to the Hokage rock statue of Konoha from the forest dozens of miles away. And he found that there is no coordinate number similar to Flying Thunder God. That is to say, what Uchiha Qiye uses is not the Flying Thunder God technique. Then there is only one possibility. This teleportation ninjutsu is the pupil power of Uchiha Qiye Mangekyo. Orochimaru was surprised. He wanted this handy ability too. The Uchiha family is indeed full of mysteries. Uchiha Qiye's ability makes Orochimaru even more eager to have Uchiha's body. But at the moment, Orochimaru has no time to take care of these, and it is the most important thing to get rid of the third-generation old man. Kie-kun, if I could, I would like to be you. Now Sasuke is just a chick, and you are already an eagle soaring in the air. Seeing that Orochimaru didn't answer his question directly, third Hokage was still sulking in his heart. Thinking about it with his head, Orochimaru couldn't possibly tell him this secret. Could it be that there are people from Orochimaru among the Konoha shinobi who maintain the perception barrier? Third Hokage thought about it carefully, and there was only one possibility. Teacher Sarutobi, just take your time to guess. I don't think you can guess how. You have little chakra left, so think about how to deal with this next. Us? Yes, it's us. Orochimaru's snake-shaped pupils suddenly opened, and his hands quickly formed a seal. What is that seal? Absolutely can't let him succeed. Sarutobi Hiruzen had an ominous feeling in his heart. This feeling intensified after the Orochimaru seal. Immediately, a large shuriken escaped from his hand and spun rapidly towards Orochimaru. Shuriken Shadow Clone Technique. The large shuriken quickly transformed into hundreds of shuriken flying towards Orochimaru. This is third Hokage's famous stunt, and it is also his self-created A-level ninja. It is an AoE skill that can instantly knock down many ninjas. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, you're still getting old, and your attack speed is not as fast as before. I saw Orochimaru put his hands on the ground, drink. In an instant, two coffins emerged from the soil. Clang clang clang, numerous giant shuriken collided on the coffin, making a crunch-like sound. And Orochimaru, who was hiding behind the coffin, didn't make a sound. Third Hokage gasped. Damn it, let that be asterisk 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 D finish it, even using summoning technique to defend. But, the face of third generation changed dramatically, and what Orochimaru summoned using the summoning technique was not a summoning beast. Not living things, but dead things. And from the point of view of the technique just now, it is slightly different from the summoning technique. B asterisk 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 D, Orochimaru, did you learn that forbidden technique? Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi has good eyesight. As expected of a ninja doctor who is known as 1,000 kinds of ninjutsu, you can find out the ninjutsu I use just by looking at the different techniques, teacher. Yes, I use the forbidden technique, Impure World Reincarnation. Advertisement Impure World Reincarnation. Anbu outside the barrier looked bewildered. What kind of ninjutsu is this? He has never heard of it. And third Hokage, when he heard the words Impure World Reincarnation, the whole person couldn't help trembling. Orochimaru, you have fallen. You dare to play with the souls of the dead and use banned ninjutsu. Forbidden technique, in Orochimaru's view, it's all ninjutsu, so I can't help it. Existence is reasonable, since there is such a ninjutsu, there must be a need to use it. Isn't Nidaim's technique for you to use it like this? Haha, it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Rarely Orochimaru laughed once. Since it can't be used, why did second Hokage create it again? In Orochimaru's view, this is nothing but high-sounding nonsense. There is no reason to create it and not use it. From the first generation to the third generation, they are all the same, and they are called the Will of Fire, but in reality they are all just for Konoha's own interests. Teacher Sarutobi, you should thank me, and second Hokage should also thank me. It was I who carried forward his ninjutsu instead of being hidden in a sealed scroll. Orochimaru grinned, his terrifying snake-shaped pupils fixed on third Hokage. Ms. Sarutobi, aren't you interested in who the hell is here? Uchiha Qiye in the distance also saw this scene, his index finger twirled and Kuwu smiled. Finally used, Orochimaru, Impure World Reincarnation, then first generation and second generation next? Qiye couldn't help but smile. Orochimaru, if this is the reason for your self-confidence, keep fighting, and I know the result. If the third generation dies, you will also lose your hands. But what does this have to do with him, Uchiha Qiye? It's enough to eat melons silently, but he didn't expect this scene to happen a few years in advance. Boom, a coffin board fell to the ground, kicking up 2 feet of dust. A man with long black hair in red armor appeared in front of third Hokage. This is, third generation was immediately stunned. Anbu outside the barrier was even more shocked, because the face of the man is very similar to the man in the Hokage rock statue. God of Ninja, first Hokage, Senju Hashirama. This man who calmed down the troubled world, divided the tale equally, founded one country and one village, is also the founder of Konoha, the first generation of Hokage. Although he has been dead for many years, his myth is still circulating in the ninja world. Those of Anbu naturally know the man Senju Hashirama through stories, rock statues. And third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen had seen this man with his own eyes. Although he was still young at that time, first Hokage was already an insurmountable existence in his heart. He was taught both the first generation and the second generation. Didn't expect to meet first Hokage in this way. Mr. Sarutobi, you seem surprised. The more surprised you are, the more excited I am. Don't blink, you will be even more desperate when you see the next person. Boom. Another coffin board fell with it. Could it be Naidame, the creator of the forbidden technique? When third Hokage thought it was the second generation, the characters inside made his pupils dilated several times. That is, Uchiha Qiye, who saw this scene, was also shocked. The second coffin was not what he thought second Hokage Senju Tobirama. He is also a ninja wearing red armor from the Sengoku era, but his hair is not mainstream, so he should use rejoice. The pineapple pierced his head, and his long hair covered his right eye. It's that man, Uchiha Madara, _chapter 65 advertisement. Sarutobi Hiruzen's pupils suddenly narrowed. This, Uchiha Madara. The words Uchiha Madara slowly came out of his mouth, and his expression shook inexplicably. Both of them are founders of Konoha. There are also stone statues of these two people in the Valley of the End. The duo of the Sengoku era. Sarutobi Hiruzen also had a few encounters with Uchiha Madara as a child. Many people only know that Uchiha Madara left the village to fight first Hokage, but they don't know that the name Konoha village was named after Madara. One half of the world, half of Senju Hashirama, and half of Uchiha Madara. And this time, Orochimaru actually produced these two ninjas at the same time as impure world reincarnation. Anbu, who was watching outside, was naturally surprised. I didn't expect that the guy who once competed with first Hokage was summoned by Orochimaru. My god, that be ******** D Orochimaru, how the hell did you do it? Damn enchantment, we can't get in. Lord third generation, he is no longer Shodai, please don't show mercy. Both Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama are in suspended animation with their eyes closed. Until Orochimaru wiped out their personalities and inserted the controlling spell Kunai directly into their bodies. At this moment, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama are completely reduced to Orochimaru's tools, who can control everything. For one thing, Orochimaru knew that Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama who came out of impure world reincarnation were far from their peak strengths. But it's more than enough to deal with a frail old man in his late 70s. Uchiha Qiye in the distance saw this scene and instantly became interested. Tisk, Orochimaru is really capable. Madara actually let him come out of the dirt. Without stopping, Qiye put on Anbu's mask and headed to Hokage Rock. He wanted to see how terrifying Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama teamed up. Above the clearing, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama opened their eyes at the same time. Orochimaru said coldly, Mr. Sarutobi, I don't want to waste time, you should give up your resistance and go to hell in peace. Snapped, Orochimaru put his hands together and Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama moved instantly. I saw Senju Hashirama put his hands together and the whole earth was shaking violently. The mighty chakra pressure caused some gravel to stir in the air. A strong wind emanated from the barrier, shaking the Anbu ninja outside several meters away. This power is enough to make them shudder. Is this the power of the god of ninjas? The strength of this chakra has long surpassed that of the third generation. Damn it, haven't the reinforcements arrived yet? Right now, we can only leave it to Lord Hokage, and we will find a way outside. Senju Hashirama folds his hands together and has completed the spell. Wood style, the tree world is born. In an instant, no big trees grew out of the earth, springing up from the soil like mushrooms after a rain. The tree trunks intertwined and swept away toward third Hokage. The four purple flame formation instantly became a forest. And third Hokage evaded and shuttled in the forest, summoned the ape demon and transformed into a golden hoop to fight. Use the shape change of the golden hoop to resist the attack of the branches and leaves of the tree. This power is far less than 1/10 of Hashirama's previous life. Sarutobi Hiruzen in the forest was breathing heavily, and a long-lost smile appeared on his face. He understood, he knew the weakness of impure world reincarnation. There can be no perfect ninjutsu. Even the Senju Hashirama summoned by Orochimaru did not have the peak power of his life. Advertisement from then on, third Hokage slowly saw hope. If Senju Hashirama, who came from the dirt, had his peak strength, third Hokage would not be able to last a few rounds under his command. If there is no enchantment, he can only escape. Orochimaru's serpentine pupils stared at the strangeness in the forest. The god of ninja has taken action, then, Uchiha Madara, let him see the power of your Uchiha. With an order from Orochimaru, a blue chakra appeared around Uchiha Madara. The huge blue chakra gathered on it, and finally formed the appearance of a skeleton. The skeleton made people look terrified, as if seeing the abyss of despair. Damn it, Shodai can do it, that Uchiha Madara has to do it too. What the hell is that skeleton that covers it? I don't know, maybe this is Uchiha's power. Seeing the huge blue skull, third Hokage's expression changed greatly. Others don't know what ninjutsu this is, of course he does. This is a secret technique unique to the Uchiha clan's blood continuum. Ninjutsu that can only be used when Mangekyo Sharingan is turned on. Susanoo. Before he could think about it, Uchiha Madara and Susanoo slashed at him with a long blue blade. Clang, clang clang, with a few loud noises, it was the collision of the golden hoops of the ape demon and the long blue blade of Susanoo. Third Hokage, who was holding the ape demon's golden cudgel, was instantly knocked back several meters and slammed into the barrier. Hiss, a smell of barbecue came out, and third Hokage's back, arms, and shoulders had been scalded extensively. This is all thanks to the 4 purple flame array. Fortunately, he covered chakra all over his body in advance to resist some purple fire damage. Otherwise, the current third generation would have been reduced to ashes. Third Hokage, who was kneeling on the ground, couldn't help spitting out a mouthful of blood. At this time, he was running out of stamina and chakra, and even breathing became very difficult. Even if these two are not in their peak state, if I play against these two at the same time, then I have no chance of winning. Besides, there was no room for third generation to perform ninjutsu in such a small space. The entire enchantment was almost filled with large trees. This is why Orochimaru is confident, with Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara 2 ace cards, who can stop him in the ninja world. Seeing third generation's frail appearance, Orochimaru couldn't help but feel a hint of sympathy. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, can't you do this? Swish. Suddenly, third Hokage has become entangled in a giant tree trunk. And the golden hoop ape demon is also bound by countless branches. This is not over yet, the huge blue palm sticking out from the soil holds it in his hand. This is exactly the skeleton hand of Uchiha Madara Susanoo. This is already the first form of Susanoo, and the blue chakra several meters high completely covers Madara, making it daunting. Orochimaru stepped forward, looking at third generation who looked like this, and couldn't help but sneer. Ms. Sarutobi, you look so embarrassed right now. That gentle smile suddenly changed dramatically, becoming distorted and hideous. With a slight movement of his fingers, a Kusanagi sword rushed out from behind third Hokage. Swish, cut off many branches and leaves, and penetrated third Hokage's chest in an instant. Chapter 66. Advertisement. The Kusanagi sword swept away from third Hokage's back and pierced through his chest in an instant. Puff, a mouthful of old blood spit out from third Hokage's mouth, and the Kusanagi sword pierced a large hole in his chest. Third Hokage watched Orochimaru's pupils slowly dilate, the breath of life slowly disappearing. Big, Orochimaru, my dearest disciple, before dying, third Hokage saw Orochimaru in his youth. The eyes gradually became dull. Konoha Hokage reigned the longest, and the ninja doctor Sarutobi Hiruzen fell. Lord third generation. Lord Hokage. No, this is impossible, please continue to fight for the village. A few Konoha's Anbu outside let out a hysterical cry. They couldn't believe that Hokage was the only pillar in their hearts and couldn't have failed so easily. However, the fact is that third Hokage, who is old and debilitated, has been able to survive until now, which is pretty good. Orochimaru's twisted and hideous face slowly returned to normal. He stretched out his long tongue and licked the blood on his cheek. He no longer knew whether the blood was his own or that of the third generation old man. Teacher Sarutobi, did you see that this is your fate? In the perception department, Yamanaka Kaiichi, who was in the process of chakra perception, was stunned. His face was full of shock, and a drop of cold sweat fell from his forehead. Incredible. The chakra he was familiar with, the chakra of third Hokage, suddenly disappeared. Either third generation has moved out of his perception zone. But this is obviously not possible. The perception ability of the perception department is all over the Konoha village, and it is impossible for third Hokage to stay away from the village. Then there is only one result. Third Hokage is dead. Uchiha Qiye, who went to Hokage Rock, felt that the third Hokage chakra suddenly disappeared, and there was an evil smile on the corner of his mouth. Orochimaru, you really killed your teacher. Tisk tisk, the mixed doubles of Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, the god of ninjas. How could third Hokage's small body stand up? Suddenly, Qiye sensed that two familiar chakras were fighting each other. Looking in the direction of perception, a shadowy figure is fighting with a ninja wearing an Anbu mask. Red? There is also a man in a black robe with an Anbu mask. Qiye is also very familiar, yes. Orochimaru and the other 7 invaded Konoha, except for the 4 elite Jonin who maintained the 4 purple flame array. Kimimaro and hidden in other places, just to observe the movements of Konoha, understand the situation in real time and take precautions. At the beginning, Yuhika noticed something was wrong with Kabuto wearing a mask, and asked him to take off the mask and say the secret code. How could Kabuto listen to her, so the two fought each other? At the beginning, the two were still evenly matched, and slowly Yuhiko fell into the disadvantage. The current Yuhika is not an opponent at all, but with Hitaki Kakashi won. Che, this woman is quite difficult to deal with, and what's going on with Mr. Buon? It's pointless to entangle here, we should solve it quickly. Blue chakra is already flooding on the hands. This is what the proud, chakra scalpel, can interrupt the opponent's muscles and meridians. Suddenly, a light wind blew, and Uchiha Qiye wearing the Konoha Anbu mask stopped in front of him. Make a gesture to it. The face under the mask was dignified, and he took in a breath of cold air. It's you? Lord Orochimaru has already settled the battle, you go and join them, this woman is handed over to me. Although he didn't know what Uchiha Qiye was going to do, this was the desired result, and he wanted to get away for a long time. With a movement, he savagely headed towards the Hokage Rock. Advertisement, don't want to go. Hong Yuhi immediately threw out several shuriken and flew towards him. Clang clang clang, many shuriken were knocked down by Uchiha Qiye with kunai. Qiye, who was wearing a mask, deliberately lowered her voice. Oh, woman, ignore my existence, your opponent is me. Kurenai Yuhi frowned, holding kunai tightly in both hands. Intuition told her that the danger that the man in front of her brought her was even stronger than the person just now. Damn it, did these people sneak in with Anbu pretending to be a village? What happened at third Hokage? Haven't the reinforcements arrived yet? On the premise of not having absolute confidence to defeat the opponent, Yuhi Hong can drag 1 second for 1 second. But the situation at third Hokage is urgent right now, and Yamanaka Kaichi gave them an order to get to the Hokage Rock statue as soon as possible. Then you can only quickly solve the enemy in front of you. She only used taijutsu and ninjutsu against Kabuto just now, but she hasn't used the illusion that she is best at. Uchiha Qiye crossed his hands on his chest. Under the mask he smiled lightly, but wanted to see what tricks Yuhika could play. I saw Kurenai Yuhi jumped back and opened a distance from Qiye. The hands quickly formed a seal, and the whole person disappeared lightly. This seemingly smooth operation was clearly seen by Kai's Sharingan under the mask. He murmured softly. Is the best illusion, it seems that I don't plan to delay, I have to solve the battle as soon as possible, Miss Hong. Click. Click, a big tree silently appeared behind Uchiha Qiye, and the huge branches entangled him instantly. Magic. Tree-bound kill. Hong's body came out of the big tree, and without saying a word, directly stabbed Uchiha Qiye with Kuwu Thorn. Ended. Kunwu was so close to Kai's neck. Suddenly, Hong Yui was surprised to find that the one who was bound turned out to be herself. Damn it, illusion rebound, is this guy also a master at using illusion? Who are you, and what is the purpose of coming to Konoha? Shish. Uchiha Qiye let out a low voice, putting his index finger on the tip of his nose and snorted. Women who talk a lot are not attractive. A white bandage was pulled from Yuhi's leg and covered his eyes. Damn it, what the hell are you doing? Hong Yuhi roared wildly, but the next second, her lips were blocked. Woo! Take off your shirt. After some time, Hong Yuhi felt a flood of chakra flooding into her body. Damn it, hit the enemy's illusion, then he fell limply to the ground. She could feel a trace of blood flowing down her thighs. Red, wake up. The voice of calling came from her ears, and Kurenai Yuhi suddenly opened her eyes. It was discovered that the people who appeared in front of her were Kakashi, Aoba and others. And the man who pretended to be Konoha Anbu has long since disappeared. His clothes are intact, and there is no bloodline on his thighs. Grinding his teeth secretly, as expected, it was eroded by the opponent's illusion. Chapter 67 Advertisement. Red Yuhi woke up to find that her clothes were intact and that there was no bloodline under her. At this point, she also breathed a sigh of relief. Kakashi looked at Yuhika's pale face, as if he had been through a war. Curiously asked, Hong, have you just fought the enemy? Yuhika bit her lip. That's right, Orochimaru's subordinates pretended to be Anbu personnel and sneaked into Konoha, and now they have rushed to Hokage-sama. Come and see. Because of the enemy's illusion just now, Hong Yuhi was completely paralyzed and unable to help them at all. Kakashi looked at the Hokage rock statue with solemn eyes. Red Yuhi can be said to be a rare illusionist in Konoha. And one of Orochimaru's subordinates can make her so embarrassed, which shows Orochimaru's ability. Certainly come prepared. Okay, Aoba, let's go to Hokage-sama first. Hong, you can't fight at all in your current state. Should you call the medical team? No need, I'll just take a break from this mental attack. Don't bother the medical class, you can go. Sorry, I can't help you. It's okay, everyone is Konoha's ninja, it is our responsibility to protect Konoha. Swish, Kakashi and Aoba ran towards the Hokage statue, revealing the scarlet Sharingan under his forehead protector. And Hong Yuhi, dragging her weak body, finally returned to her residence. Recalling the scene just now, she bit her red lips lightly. That guy, doing such a thing to me in an illusion is absolutely unforgivable. Deep in his mind, he had a familiar feeling again. The slight coolness made her unforgettable for some reason. Yuhika's face flushed red. Smack, smack, suddenly he gave himself 2 slaps. Damn it, Kurenai Yuhi, what are you thinking? He's an A*hole who attacked the village. But that familiar feeling always made her unforgettable. Who is it? I must find him out. It was the first time that Hong Yuhi, who had no personnel, suffered such a humiliation, and it immediately made her panic. Just been hit hard by the opponent's rebound illusion. Hong Yuhi felt extremely tired and sleepy, and she fell asleep as soon as she closed her eyes in bed. Uchiha Qiye on the roof has taken off his mask and smiled. In his mouth, he said, Miss Hong, the next time will be an actual battle, it's not as simple as an illusion. That's right, Uchiha Qiye just used Sharingan's rebound illusion. Everything takes place in a fantasy world. At this time, he still seemed to have the lingering fragrance of beauty on him. After finally coming to this world, isn't it a waste of his talent not to pick up girls? Right now, he didn't stop too much, and quickly rushed in the direction of Hokage Rock. In the 4 purple flame array, Orochimaru has confirmed the death of the 3rd generation. Several Anbu's clothes outside the door were already wet. This is the power of the ninja god, this is the power of Uchiha. It can instantly create a forest, and it can be materialized to create a huge blue skeleton. This is something they can't imagine. This is the ancestor who has calmed down the troubled world. What they don't know, however, is that the powers of Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama are far from reaching their peak. Only Orochimaru knows this. Licking the blood on Kusanagi's sword, Orochimaru sneered. Ms. Sarutobi, this is the last ride I send you. Impure world reincarnation is still not pure enough. I really want to see their peak power. Mission accomplished, it's time to withdraw, Konoha village, I'll be back. Bang bang, with a few low landing sounds, Kakashi and the others have come to the barrier. Kakashi's scarlet Sharingan opened wide. Advertisement. This, B********* D Orochimaru. Kakashi couldn't help but tremble slightly and took a deep breath. Seeing Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, even Kakashi broke out in a cold sweat. Anbu member. Kakashi, you guys are finally here. 3rd generation, Lord 3rd generation has. Talking, those Anbu staff choked up. Needless to say, I've seen it all. 3rd Hokage's body was already lying on the tree. Notify the enchantment class, in short, we must first break this enchantment. Swish, without further ado, Kakashi made a mark directly. The blue chakra flickered in his palm, and suddenly changed into a dazzling thunderlight. The sound was harsh, like 1,000 birds chirping. The Anbu people who saw this technique swallowed. This is Kakashi's stunt of fame. Reikiri, is he trying to break the barrier with it? Sizzle sizzle, Kakashi held Reikiri's palm and rubbed the ground with dazzling sparks. Reikiri's terrifying attack force caused a huge crack to appear on the ground, and he flew towards the 4 purple flame formation. Bang bang, bang ka the blue Reikiri instantly collided with the purple enchantment. And this collision formed a strong airflow that scattered away. Click, click, everyone could hear the sound of the barrier breaking. Success, have you succeeded, as expected of Kakashi? Yamashiro Aoba was not optimistic and frowned. No, let go of Kakashi. A scorching heat came from the palm, and Kakashi's scarlet Sharingan saw through the flow of chakra. Immediately stopped Reikiri's attack, and the whole person retreated. Everyone could clearly see that there were cracks in the 4 purple flame formations. If it lasted a little longer, the barrier might be broken. Jonin, who was maintaining the 4 purple flame array, showed a surprised look. As expected of Kakashi, the copy ninja, you are the first to destroy the 4 purple flame formation to such an extent, but that's all. Of course, Uchiha Qiye doesn't count. The cracks on the 4 purple flame array are healing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Kakashi, who was not far away, knew the power of this enchantment well, and his palms already had burn marks. If you continue to attack, the barrier may be broken. But his arm might also be destroyed by that fiery purple flame. There are more and more ninjas in the open space. The Hyuga clan, the Akamichi clan, the Aburame clan, etc. are all gathered here. Hyuga Heishi, Nara Shihisa, Akamichi Dingza, these elite jonin all came here. Konoha's ninjas have surrounded the 4 purple flames. Even the 2 Homura, Kaharu and 2 Hokage advisors who never showed up came here. Uchiha Qiye also rushed here and saw the situation in the enchantment. That guy Orochimaru is really not bad. Not only did he kill 3rd generation, but he didn't lose his own hand. And Qiye perceives Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara's chakra, as he thinks. There is absolutely no peak in the strength of these 2. 1st generation's chakra is massive. Yin-Yang 9 Tails and Naruto's chakra can't match 1st Hokage's sentence. The amount of chakra is comparable to that of the old man. Looking at the many Konoha shinobi who surrounded him, there were many familiar faces among them. Orochimaru didn't panic, and grinned with his long tongue out. It's getting more and more lively. Chapter 68 advertisement. It's getting more and more lively, and Kimimaro came to the barrier through a special technique. Kimimaro's indifferent eyes surveyed the Konoha crowd outside the lower barrier. He said respectfully, "Lord Orochimaru, what should I do next?" "The mission has been completed, let's go back." Among the Konoha shinobi on the periphery, Orochimaru glanced. Finally found the figure of Uchiha Qiye. An inexplicable smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. "Qiye-kun, thanks to you this time, 3rd Hokage will never think that it was Uchiha Qiye who pushed him to hell." Woohoo! Suddenly, a thick fog rose inside the 4 purple flame formation. The 2 zombies, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama, have returned to the coffin. Orochimaru drank it, and the 2 coffins sank into the ground. Thick fog shrouded the forest created by 1st Hokage. No, that be ********** D. Orochimaru is going to run away. Never let that traitor escape. We attack together and pay Hokage-sama. Some of these ninjas have lost their minds, swooning over their heads with rage. Fire style, great fireball technique. Water style, water dragon bomb technique. Earth style, the soil base is wood. Numerous ninjutsu smashed towards the 4 purple flame formations. It's as if you don't want money, although it's still right. Kakashi raised his eyebrows, realizing the consequences of the attack. Everyone, get out of here quickly. The enchantment of the 4 purple flame formations suddenly dissipated, and purple flames erupted. Some ninjas who couldn't react were hit hard by the purple flames. There was wailing at the scene. "Quick, go and call the medical team here to stand by." Nara Shikaku immediately gave an order, and some of the medical ninjas were already waiting here. The thick fog dissipated, and the enchantment disappeared. There is no sign of Orochimaru and others inside. All that's left is the old corpse of 3rd Hokage. Kakashi, Sarutobi Asuma, the many ninjas present looked sad and bowed their heads in silence for 3rd Hokage. In this battle, Konoha injured 18 people, all of them ninjas. No villagers were injured or killed. There is only one dead ninja, and that is 3rd Hokage. Uchiha Qiye has returned to his room through Mangekyo. 3rd generation is dead, and the plan is halfway through. Next, find Tsunade and make her the 5th Hokage. Outside Konoha village, inside Root's secret base. A Root member gets down on one knee. Danzo, sitting on the stone chair, looked melancholy. "Lord Danzo, there is news from my comrades in the village that 3rd Hokage is dead, and Orochimaru has successfully escaped from Konoha." "3rd generation, is it dead?" Danzo groaned, not knowing whether he was mourning or rejoicing. That face can't be deceived, it's real sadness. Competitors who came all the way, just left. "Hiruzen, you should go ahead of me." Advertisement. In just a second, Danzo's sad face gradually became contorted and hideous. Hissed loudly. "Now this Konoha village is my Danzo's." He didn't expect Orochimaru to have such ability. When Orochimaru told Danzo to kill 3rd Hokage, Danzo was skeptical. He promised not to shoot. This kind of thing, Danzo would love to see it. Today, however, convinced that 3rd generation is dead, Danzo is finally relieved. Konoha's defense was like an impregnable wall, and Orochimaru really pierced it. The strength of 3rd Hokage Danzo knows nothing better. A cage-level powerhouse is enough to support a ninja village. However, Orochimaru did it anyway, not only killing 3rd generation, but also escaping Konoha. However, what that Anbu said next, Danzo immediately became restless. Danzo-sama, Orochimaru used the forbidden technique in Pure World Reincarnation during the fight against 3rd Hokage. Really, that kid Orochimaru has learned the forbidden technique of 2nd generation. Not only that, but he's also featured First Hokage and Uchiha Madara in Impure World Reincarnation. First Hokage and Uchiha Madara. These two names alone are enough to make the ninja world feel terrified. Danzo immediately stood up from the stone chair. Boom! He directly smashed the stone chair with one palm, and the deep shock on his face could not be concealed. Orochimaru, I didn't expect you to hide such a trump card. Facing both Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara at the same time, it is inevitable that the third generation will die in battle. Danzo would be surprised if he won. However, how did Orochimaru sneak into Konoha quietly? Danzo is curious. The Konoha perception barrier has always been controlled by the people of third Hokage. Even he, Danzo, failed to obtain an accurate enchantment technique. Because the enchantment technique changes from time to time. Let Rebel quietly sneak into the village, and then kill Hokage. If this matter spreads in the ninja world, it will definitely be a shame for Konoha and the Country of Fire. Konoha village will become the biggest joke in the ninja world. In the Land of Fire, one of the 5 great kingdoms, Hokage was assassinated by Renin. Not only did the villagers doubt whether Sarutobi Hiruzen had the strength to serve as Hokage, but also the daimyo of the ninja world, the Kingdom of Fire, could not hold his face. Moreover, the other party escaped unscathed. As soon as the news spread, the Fire Nation couldn't even hold its head up in front of the other 5 major countries. Lord Danzo, 3rd Hokage is dead, so you must be the 5th Hokage. Danzo nodded with a smile and nodded. He is indeed the most promising successor to 5th Hokage right now. However, this is not a good time. He has been with Konoha for many years, and he knows how to judge the situation very well. Now that Konoha village is on the cusp, it's not the best time for him to be Hokage. Also, he hasn't fully mastered the power of Sharingan and first-generation cells. Orochimaru's research continues, and Danzo feels he hasn't gotten to the point of frequent publicity. When he mastered the powers of Senju and Uchiha at the same time, even if Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara stood in front of him, Danzo was completely unafraid. Go on, you don't need to be the 5th Hokage for me. The root members will continue to carry out their usual tasks as usual. As for the affairs of the village, they will be handed over to Homura and Kaharu. Yes, Lord Danzo. Strange, it's already this time. Shin, Mingzi, Jachin, Joshu haven't come back yet. Danzo felt a little uneasy in his heart, and the 4 Jonins went to invite a special Jonin and they couldn't return. It is also a great shame for the roots. Did that kid Uchiha Qiye escape, or was he not found? Yamanaka Letter is a perceptive ninja. Aburame Mingzi is an Aburame clan. His bugs are very good at reconnaissance. It is impossible to find. Could it be that things changed at 3rd Hokage tonight? Just as Danzo wondered, Yamanaka Shin had arrived at the base. Lord Danzo. Chapter 69 Advertisement. Lord Danzo. The Yamanaka Letter at this time has returned to the secret base of the root. Shin, you are finally back. Danzo didn't see Aburame Mingzi, Jahan Jiashu and Uchiha Qiye, and his expression was slightly solemn. What, did the mission fail? Lord Danzo, instead of finding Uchiha Qiye, we met Orochimaru and the others first. Orochimaru, he dares to attack my subordinates, are you sure you can see clearly? Yamanaka vowed. Orochimaru himself did not appear. We met a man who claimed to be Orochimaru's subordinate, called Kimimaro. Sir Danzo, this person is very strong. Mingzi, Jahan, Jiashu dragged him. I will come back first to report the task. That's it, tisk tisk, Orochimaru. Danzo's face had turned ashen, and Orochimaru was still allied with him now. He didn't expect Orochimaru to take action against his subordinates. However, the cautious Danzo will naturally not listen to Yamanaka's letter, and he must ask Orochimaru to give him an answer in this matter. Yamanaka Letter, who is in the control of illusion, all this is done according to Uchiha Kai's wishes. Even after 3 hours the Yamanaka Letter was back to normal. His memory was the same. He met Orochimaru's men and he was the first to withdraw. As for Aburame Mingzi's situation, he doesn't know. On the other side, inside Konoha village, Jiraiya heard the news of Orochimaru's attack on Konoha, and rushed to the village from 100 miles away overnight. It can be seen that Konoha village still has a very important presence in Jiraiya's heart. Riding the summoning beast Toad, we returned to Konoha village in a hurry. When he saw 3rd Hokage's he couldn't help but tremble. The grief was beyond words. That be ********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** Jiraiya doesn't really play in the mountains and waters outside, and voyeurism is just a part of his life. More importantly, he is inquiring about the mysterious organization Akatsuki and the movements of Orochimaru, one of the Sannin. This time, he missed it. He never imagined that Orochimaru would attack Konoha directly. The Konoha village founded by Orochimaru was investigated by Jiraiya, and its strength is far less than that of Konoha village. But this time, the Orochimaru sword went sideways. The purpose is not Konoha village, his purpose is simple and clear, there is only one, and that is 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. How on earth did Kakashi, 3rd generation old man, get killed by that D Orochimaru? Jiraiya, Orochimaru used the forbidden technique Impure World Reincarnation, and Impure World Reincarnation produced 1st Hokage and Uchiha Madara, and Lord Hokage was defeated by the three of them. Senju Hashirama, Uchiha Madara, Jiraiya's cynical face was full of solemnity. If these two work together, there is nothing that can't be done in the ninja world, but they are both under the control of Orochimaru. Grinning her teeth, Jiraiya was angry. D Orochimaru, I will find you to settle this account sooner or later. This night is doomed to be sleepless. Back to Uchiha Qiye of the Uchiha clan, he fell asleep quickly because he thought of an interesting incident with Yuhika. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing a sleeping experience with excellent body sensation. The left eye, Mangekyo Sharingan, has been successfully opened. Left eye Mangekyo ability. Graveyard. Grave. Speed up time, reverse the future. The time to reverse the future is the same as the ability to predict, 1 hour. Advertisement, predictive ability, 1 hour in the future. Host can use the tomb to cooperate with the prediction moment to raise the time to the future 1 hour. Graveyard. The power of time. A faint smile appeared at the corner of Uchiha Kai's mouth. The last time I completed the mission, I raised the Mangekyo eye opening rate of my left eye to 50%, which seems to have some effect. No, after a wonderful sleeping experience, he successfully opened the Mangekyo Sharingan in his left eye. However, Qiye was a little puzzled by this trick. Let yourself jump into the future by 1 hour, does this trick work? It doesn't seem to be of any use. It was the ability to predict that gave Qiye hope, which had increased from the previous minute to 1 hour. His pair of Sharingan can really see the future. At the same time, looking at the left eye in the mirror, the 3-hook jade formed a black circle with a small black spot in the center. Mangekyo is shaped differently from the right eye. The right eye is in the shape of a shuriken with a small black dot in the center. The left eye is a black circle with a small black dot in the center. This also indicates the different abilities of the left and right eyes. This sleep made Uchiha Qiye stronger again. Dong dong dong. Soon there was a knock on the door outside. At this time, Qiye knew who it was without the ability to predict, Uyue Shion. Shion, what's the matter, you look so flustered? Qiye-kun, are you all right? Orochimaru attacked the village last night, and Lord Hokage has already died. It's okay, we were evacuating the villagers last night, and there was no fighting. By the way, Shion, how is Konoha's situation now? Azuki Shion's pretty face was full of solemnity. Now Homura, the two advisors of Kaharu and Danzo, some clan chiefs and some Jonin representatives are gathering together. The village urgently needs the next Hokage to preside over the overall situation, and this is what they discussed. The speed of the actions of the upper level has long been expected by Uchiha Qiye, and now Konoha cannot delay, and must choose the 5th Hokage to preside over the overall situation. If there is no such decisiveness, it will make other ninja villages laugh. In the Konoha conference room, Homura, Kaharu, and Danzo were sitting in the middle. In the audience there are Hyuga Heishi from the Hyuga family, Yamanaka Kaiichi from the Yamanaka family, Nara Shikahisa from the Nara family, and so on. Even Jiraiya, who has never been interested in Hokage, came to the meeting. Jonin representatives include Hitaki Kakashi and Sarutobi Asuma. Qiye has just become a Jonin, and his qualifications are not enough. This meeting is without him. Don't talk about him. Even the torture master Ibishi, Yamashiro Aoba, and others who have already become Jonin did not participate. As for representatives, a few are enough. Kakashi is the son of White Fang Hitaki Sakumo, and Asuma is the son of 3rd Hokage. These two are the most qualified. Yes, you are right, it is so realistic in Konoha. This high-level meeting was moderated by Mitokado Homura. Everyone, we are saddened by the death of the 3rd generation, but now is not the time to grieve. There are more important things to do, and now it is necessary to choose the 5th Hokage. A group of dragons without a leader, this is not what a ninja village should have. With Hokage there, we can stabilize the panicked hearts of the villagers and reassure many ninjas. It's imperative that the 5th Hokage be elected immediately. Mitokado Homura glanced at it and said directly, everyone, I recommend Jiraiya as the 5th Hokage. Chapter 70. Advertisement. Ladies and gentlemen, I recommend Jiraiya as the 5th Hokage. Jiraiya. Sir Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sanins who is as famous as Orochimaru. Yes, if it is Jiraiya-sama, you are indeed qualified to be the 5th Hokage. There was a lot of discussion in the audience, and most of them were in favor. Of course, there are also objections. The reason is that Jiraiya has been away from the village for a long time and doesn't know much about the situation in the village. Another point is the most important: some ninjas have dealt with Jiraiya and know Jiraiya's character. How can a lecherous person like him become Hokage? It will ruin the atmosphere of Konoha village. Wouldn't it be Konoha's shame if Jiraiya peeked at other girls during the Five Shadows meeting and let the other shadows know? There are voices of approval and disapproval. Another suggested, Homura advisor, I think Lord Danzo is more suitable for the role of Hokage. Yeah, Mr. Danzo has been in the village for many years, painstakingly and silently contributing to the village. Indeed, with Danzo-sama's abilities, it is very suitable for the role of Hokage. Yes, that's right, Danzo-sama and third-generation Sama are from the same family, and both are qualified to become Hokage regardless of strength or ability. Danzo? Konoha's dark side is almost all his responsibility. Nara Shikahisa frowned slightly. He did not approve of Danzo becoming Hokage. But his opinion alone did not change anything. The same goes for Kakashi, who has worked under Danzo and knows what kind of person Danzo is. But he was too weak by himself. There were people who supported him, and Danzo, who was sitting on the stage, couldn't help but smile. Danzo could swear, this time he didn't arrange for an insider. All these people support him from the heart. It seems that the old man's methods are a bit bad, but they still win the hearts of the people. At this moment, Danzo is also a little narcissistic. Jiraiya's eyes narrowed slightly, and he was more or less disgusted with Danzo, the old man. However, it is an undeniable fact that Konoha can have today's achievements thanks to Danzo. Mitokado Homura thought deeply. Indeed, Danzo is fully qualified to be the fifth Hokage in terms of qualifications, ability and strength. The only reason why he didn't recommend Danzo is that Danzo is about the same age as third generation. He wanted a younger talent to lead Konoha village, so Konoha was full of energy and growing. Instead of an old man with a sunset like Danzo to lead. Whether it's Homura or Kaharu, they and Danzo were once second Hokage's escorts. In this regard, they still want to ask Danzo's opinion. He asked softly, Danzo, what do you think? Danzo took a deep breath and stood up. Everyone's eyes turned to the man with the bandages. Danzo's whole person gives a gloomy aura. Seeing him is like seeing darkness. Thanks to everyone's love, let me succeed the fifth Hokage. My old man is really not suitable for the position of Hokage, so let a young man take over. Refused? God. This Danzo refused. Whether it was Kakashi or Nara Shikahisa, they were shocked that the man, Danzo, would reject Hokage's job. In their opinion, Danzo has coveted the Hokage position for a long time. In the past, I was always pressed by third Hokage and didn't show it. And now such a great opportunity, he turned it down. Not only Kakashi can't figure it out, but even Nara Shikahisa, who has the title of Konoha's genius military advisor, can't figure it out. Jiraiya closed her eyes and kicked her calf. As a disciple of the third generation, he is well aware of Danzo's ambitions. Advertisement: Danzo rejects Hokage's job, and Jiraiya is even more surprised. What the hell is old Danzo thinking? Danzo's impassioned, contagious speech drew bursts of applause. Everyone is cheering for Danzo's righteousness. Kakashi and Nara Shikahisa couldn't help but also applaud. They applauded because fifth Hokage was not a Danzo, which reassured them a lot. Well, Danzo, as expected of you, you really have a long-term vision. Homura and Kaharu nodded in satisfaction. Danzo's approach is the result they want to see. They are in the same period as Danzo, and it is not easy to reject him face to face. And Danzo's approach has attracted a lot of goodwill. Then here comes the problem. This is also where Homura and Kaharu are difficult. Neither Danzo nor Jiraiya will be Hokage, so who will be Hokage? Kakashi? Not so good, still too young. Although Minato was a little younger at the time, the title of the Yellow Flash made ninjas from all over the world terrified. And the title of Sharingan copy ninja Kakashi obviously can't do that. Nara Shikahisa? With a good mind, it is more suitable to be Hokage's assistant. Without the strength of Kage level, and it is still from the Nara family, it is impossible. Sarutobi Asuma? Although he is the son of the third generation, his strength is still not enough, and he has no contribution to S-rank missions. There was no active performance on the battlefield. Let it be number 1 fifth Hokage is hard to convince. So, who else? Seeing the contemplative expressions of Homura and Kaharu, Jiraiya stood up. 2 advisors, besides me and Orochimaru, isn't there one more legendary Sannin? As soon as these words came out, the audience immediately fell silent. Is that what Jiraiya-sama said? That's right, it's that old man. The one who possesses extremely strong medical ninjutsu. Danzo also took a hint of interest and murmured softly, Tsunade. A woman serving as Hokage, which is unprecedented in Konoha. If Tsunade is 5th Hokage, Danzo doesn't object. With a woman, he is still very sure. Jiraiya, we know who you were talking about, the granddaughter of 1st Hokage, the princess of Konoha, Tsunade. She does have this ability, but she has been away from the village for many years, and no one knows her whereabouts. In that case, it's good to find her. Compared with me, Tsunade's personality is more suitable for Hokage. What do you think? Kaharu advisor, Homura teacher. Homura and Kaharu looked at each other. Jiraiya is right, based on what they know about Jiraiya. Maybe one day he will run away with a load of his own. Tsunade does have a Hokage look. The current Konoha village is in need of a strong leader, and the two are no longer inked. Go on, except for the ninja and Anbu who guard the village, the rest of the Jonin, Shunin, Anbu, the reconnaissance team, etc., all go to find Tsunade's whereabouts. Remember, there are only 3 days. 3 days is the limit of Konoha's existing resources. In order to prevent ninjas from other countries from taking advantage of the situation and attacking the Land of Fire, they must retrieve the 5th Hokage within 3 days. The next words of Mitokado Homura shocked all the ninjas present. Remember, this is an S-class mission, Chapter 71 advertisement. Hearing this, both Jonin, Shunin and Anbu staff were startled and couldn't help but gasp. S-level task, this is the highest level task that Shinobu knows about. Usually elite Jonin or elite Anbu are used to perform this kind of task, Shunin, Genin and the like are not involved. And most of the tasks are linked to the country, such as assassinating the daimyo, escorting the princess, and protecting the shadow and the like. But this time, it's different. It's not a secret mission, but it's made public for everyone to know. It is not only elite Jonin who perform the mission, some Chunin can also participate. This can be said to be unprecedented, and there are many ninjas on the mission. There are elite Jonin, special Jonin, Chunin, Anbu, etc. The mission is the same. Now is a very special time, and Mitokado Homura specifically classified this task as an S-class task, which is also due to the village situation. S-level tasks are very dangerous, but this time it is a search-type S-level task. The risk factor is extremely small, and all Chunin can participate. Hearing that it was an S-rank mission, Yi's ninja became even more motivated to fight. If you complete an S-rank mission, you will have an unparalleled brilliance on your resume. Promotion and salary increase are both correct. In other words, B-level missions often have S-level missions, but not so often. Some people may be directly promoted from Chunin to Jonin through this S-rank mission. Jonin is one of the next Hokage candidates, and it's all very possible. Besides, the rewards for S-rank quests are quite a lot. Some Chunins are full of anticipation and are already eager to try. I must find Tsunade-sama first. Wrong, it was me. I must have found the future 5th Hokage first. Where there is competition, there's motivation. The group was full of energy and the meeting was over. So, this S-class appointment was instantly spread among the Konoha shinobi people. Uchiha Qiye was not assigned the task of staying behind Konoha, he was also involved in the S-class task of finding Tsunade. Humph, this has long been expected by Uchiha Qiye, even if he is left behind Konoha, he will not. Seeing these energetic ninjas, Uchiha Qiye couldn't help but want to laugh. Even if you find Tsunade, do you have the strength to bring her back? This is the crux of the problem. Some ninjas just can't find the blind spot of the event. This quest to find the 5th Hokage Tsunade has a very high degree of freedom, whether it is a team or a single action. Don't focus on the process, only focus on the results. That is to bring Tsunade back to Konoha. In the Land of Fire, in a small town, a casino called the Fat Sheep is very lively. There were crazy smiles on everyone's face. This is what a gambler really looks like. Uchiha Qiye is also among them. After finally going out of the village, he is also a rich man. So how to quickly become a rich man? Casinos are the perfect place. Boy, are you 20 years old? Do you know the 3 forbidden ninjas? Come here. The casino owner's eyes were full of greed, and he was a middle-aged woman with long hair. Hey, there is no way, now these people have long hair and short knowledge. The 3 forbidden ninjas have nothing to do with gambling. How could Qiye, as a ninja, not know it? Know what to do, break it. The casino proprietress is just scaring young people like Uchiha Qiye. She is eager to come to the Fat Sheep Casino to have fun with young people like Qiye. So that her casino can have more money to make, because young people like Qiye are mostly young masters, rich second generation. Advertisement either after the big name, or the son of the business owner. Such a person is not bad for money. In the previous life, Qiye had never won a lot of money playing cards, and he was always blown away by others. As a farmer, he encounters pig teammates from time to time, making the landlord a lot of money. Now Qiye feels that all the money in the casino is his. Qiye took out a stack of money and shook it in front of the casino owner's wife. There were 50,000 taels. Madam, do you think I have a chance? Seeing these white bills, the casino owner's eyes flashed gold ingots. Just as she thought, this young man is indeed a rich boy. Looking at this temperament, looking at this image, it should be after the big name. This is just her speculation, but it doesn't matter. Qiye has successfully conquered this lady boss. These 50,000 taels were all saved by him doing the task, and he only carried so much with him. There is still 150,000 taels of savings at home. Judging from Kai's age, he is indeed a little rich. Although his entire possessions are not comparable to Asuma's head. If I knew it earlier, I cut Asuma directly to exchange money on the black market, so the money seems to be faster. Seeing that Qiye took out 50,000 taels at once, although it was not much, it was money, and everyone wanted to make a fortune. These gamblers became more interested in Qiye. Hey, kid, come to us to gamble, and make sure you don't lose money. Little devil, don't listen to him, come to us to buy flowers, you can become a millionaire in a few minutes. The last time someone as young as you made millions of taels here in a few minutes, and instantly reached life. The pinnacle of it. Yeah, little devil, come to us. The young man married the famous princess not long after the last time, it can be said to be rich and colorful. Little devil, come to us if you want to be like this. In an instant, Qiye became the sweet pastry in the eyes of these people, and everyone wanted to take a bite. The corner of Uchiha Kai's mouth outlines a radiant smile slightly. Don't worry, your money is mine, his money is mine, your money is mine, none of you can escape. Now Qiye just cares about how much money these people have in their wallets. Then, Uchiha Qiye inserted one by one. Take part in the fun of these people gambling. In less than an hour, the two levels reversed. The excitement of these gamblers have turned into helplessness and despair. Is this B********* DA human? In a few dozen minutes, everyone present won the money, a full 5 million taels. Some gamblers couldn't resist the temptation, and they took out the private money hidden in their underwear to gamble. He once asked feng shui masters that he could win by gambling with the money hidden in his underwear. Unfortunately, I ran into Qiye. Only one pair of underwear was left. Although this money has a peculiar smell, it is also money, and Qiye will not refuse. In one day, Qiye swept the town's major casinos, winning every bet. Several casinos have been closed down by Qiye. In one day, Qiye made a full 20 million taels. When everyone asked about his name, Qiye simply said 3 words. God of Gambler's Night. Also, so far, the name of Gambler Knight has been widely circulated in the gambling industry. In this small town, no one knows it, no one knows it. Even the neighboring towns know the name of Gambler's Knight. Being targeted. Qiye won so much money, naturally it will make people jealous. No, trouble is coming. Chapter 72 Advertisement. The big tree attracts the wind. Qiye won so much money. Naturally, people are jealous, and some people are going to take back their place. No, here comes the trouble. A famous casino owner found Qiye. This casino owner Qiye knows, his name is Momoshiro, and he 10 million won taels in that casino yesterday. With the ability to predict, Qiye is not afraid of losing money. Hey, boy, take out the money you won in my casino. Momoshiro's face was full of anger. Since Qiye went to his casino to gamble, no one dared to go to his casino again. Now his Momoshiro casino is about to close down. Oh, isn't this an acquaintance, Boss Momoshiro? Don't worry, I won't run away. Do you think it's alright? I'll keep going when someone comes to your casino. Qiye looked relaxed. The corners of Momoshiro's mouth couldn't help twitching a few times. How could he let Qiye continue to go to his casino? That's chasing customers. Originally in the casino business, it is normal to have wins and losses. This is all to one person, who will play with you. This time, Momoshiro came prepared. God of gamblers, take out the money you won in my casino. Do you know who these people around me are? They are the famous subordinates of the ninja Xuanyuan group, Xuanyuan Kong. Boss Momoshiro, aren't you blind? I've already taken out the money, and it's here. Uchiha Qiye held 2 large boxes in his hand. One box contained 10 million taels. Momoshiro hummed. HMPH, you are wise. At this time, the town square was already crowded with many people. Momoshiro Casino is quite famous in this small town, and has an inexplicable relationship with the black market. Qiye had heard of the hunting ninja Xuanyuan Zhang, but as for what Xuanyuan Kong, he didn't have the slightest impression. Ask the passers-by next to you. Uncle, is Xuanyuan Kong famous? Yeah, God of gamblers Yi. Xuanyuan Kong is a subordinate of Xuanyuan Zhang. All of them have the strength of Jonin. They are known as hunting ninjas, and they often mix in the black market. Boss Momoshiro has a close relationship with them, so you should obey them. I mean. The passerby stepped aside as soon as he finished speaking, for fear of being involved in this turmoil. God of gamblers, are you a ninja? If you are a ninja, you should have heard of the profession of hunting ninjas. If you are not a ninja, it will be even worse, haha. Boss Momoshiro was already laughing. Now he not only wants to get back the 10 million won by Qiye in his casino, he even wants all the money Qiye won in other casinos. Okay, stop the ink and quickly send the money to me, Momoshiro-sama. The onlookers felt that Momoshiro's actions were shameless, but they didn't dare to say anything. It is only natural that the casino wins money. I can only blame Gambler's Yi for being a young man. You don't know how to keep a low profile and restrain yourself. If you win all the money in one day, everyone will be jealous. It's weird that people don't retaliate against you. If you're a little more slick, you'll know what to do. Win a little bit every few days, then switch to another casino, and win a little bit every few days, who will trouble you? As the boss of the local black market, Momoshiro was very afraid of the onlookers and at the same time cast a sympathetic look at the god of gamblers Yi. I don't think the god of gamblers should provoke such a big Buddha. When they saw Qiye, they were surprised to find that the young and famous god of gamblers actually fell asleep standing up. A slight snoring can also be heard. These people were dumbfounded. What's the situation? Are you serious, god of gamblers? What did you do last night? You're so sleepy, don't you know who's on the other side? Not only the onlookers were stunned, but Momoshilong was also completely stunned. This kid actually fell asleep in front of me. Advertisement. This is the biggest joke he has ever seen in the world. Go, bring me the money in those 2 boxes, and at the same time let Gambler Knight disappear from this world. This time Qiye lost the reputation of Momoshilong Casino. Momoshilong will not let such a person stay in the world. From today onwards, there will be no more legends about Gambler's Night. There are 5 hunting ninjas, Xuanyuan Kong, and 3 of their subordinates, Xuanyuan Kong. When the 3 of them approached Uchiha Qiye, a wild smile appeared on the indifferent face. Click, 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 under everyone's gaze, this Xuanyuan changed from 3 people to 3 ice sculptures in an instant. What's the matter? The weather is not cold. Everyone looked puzzled, and it seemed to happen in the blink of an eye. And Xuanyuan Kong's 3 people are only 1 meter away from Gambler Knight. Bounce, click, click. What happened next shocked everyone present. The 3 ice sculptures shattered quickly, and the shattered ice crashed to the ground. However, there were no 3 Xuanyuan Kong in the square. Not a trace of bloodline, not a trace of residue. Xuanyuan miraculously disappeared from the trio. It disappeared like magic. The onlookers couldn't help but swallow their saliva. The scene in front of them was really too weird, making them wonder if Xuanyuan Kong and the 3 of them used ninjutsu to leave here. As for Momoshiro, he was already stunned in place. He believed that Xuanyuan never left suddenly, so there was only one possibility. It is the hands and feet of this god of gamblers in front of him. Momoshiro is a chunin, and a deep sense of crisis arises in his heart. Allah! Uchiha Qiye finally woke up, slapped his mouth with his palm, and yawned long. Just glanced at Momoshiro. Momoshiro's eyes were blank, and he took out the short sword he was wearing. Under the shocked eyes of everyone, he wiped it against his neck. Immediately, blood splattered everywhere. Then, it fell to the ground. The place was dead silent. They never imagined that Momoshiro actually committed suicide. How is this going? The owner of the biggest casino in this small town actually committed suicide so freely. Is suicide so cheap just because the casino is about to go bankrupt? Everyone present breathed a sigh of relief. Momoshiro's death was a good thing in their opinion. Momoshiro has done a lot of bad things in this small town, and many people resent him. It has reached the point where there is a rat crossing the street and everyone shouts and beats it. Only the forces behind it dare to be angry and dare not speak. Unexpectedly, he died in his own hands in such a strange way today. This is the best result. Kill him, and dirty other people's hands. When everyone saw the awakened gambler Yi, they swarmed up. Gambler Knight, did you do it? Did you kill Momoshiro and the others? Apart from the confrontation between Gambler Knight and Momoshiro, there was no one else on the field. Lord Gambler Yi, I love you so much, I killed this bad guy. Among them, there are many screams from female fans. So, Lord Gambler Yi, you are so rich now, can you give me a share? Qiye. Chapter 73 advertisement. So, love disappears, right? Facing the swarming crowd, Uchiha Qiye disappeared in place. The next second, he appeared in the hostel's dormitory. My god, the Knight of the Gambler has also disappeared. What's the situation? Could it be that Xuanyuan just disappeared from the trio? No, Lord Gambler Yi didn't become an Iceman either. The Lord of Gamblers Yi must be a ninja who came to our town to punish the wicked. It didn't take long for the deeds of the god of gamblers to spread in this small town. Ding, congratulations to host for completing a nap and killing 3 Jonin. Open black lens bracket Mangekyo Sharingan side effects -50 close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket chakra increased by 10%. Kai's eyes don't have obvious soreness. He just used the 2 Mangekyo pupil techniques, God Control and God U, all at once, and they are both right eye. It's easier to sleep. Just now, he instantly killed 3 Jonin who claimed to be hunting ninja Xuanyuan Kong with his freezing ability. Then use Mangekyo illusion magic to control Momoshiro and let him kill himself. If you kill him, you will definitely get your hands dirty. As for Xuanyuan Kong, Uchiha Qiye did not know, but hunting ninja Xuanyuan Zhang, Qiye still knew. Xuanyuan Zhang is a hunting ninja in the Suji ninja village, and 4th Raikage once robbed them of their secret techniques. Xuanyuan Zhang's mission was to regain the secret technique, and there were 5 of them. In the face of Raikage, he is not afraid at all. Therefore, the world still respects the strong, and 4th Raikage, as the mayor of Cloud Shinobi Village, can personally snatch the secret techniques of his village. So what else can be done? Even with Raikage around, Xuanyuan Zhang planted the secret technique, the blaster, on his subordinates. It was later treated by Tsunade. With Tsunade and Raikage, the 2 big men, it's all over in the end. Even if Xuanyuan congregation is not afraid here, Qiye will not be afraid of their subordinate Xuanyuan Kong. As night fell, there were 2 silhouettes walking through the streets of this town. An ordinary holding a piglet, a choppy slightly hawky. Hey, have you heard that there is a young man named Gambler Knight who 20 million won tails in the casino these 2 days? I heard that the deeds of Lord Gambler Yi have already been uploaded in the town. Yes, Lord Gambler Yi is handsome and rich. I don't know if he has a girlfriend. If not, I hope to have my position. Shaolin, just dream, I heard that Gambler Knight is the young master of a famous family, come to us to experience life, haha. The young master of the famous family, the noble son, then I like it even more. The thing about Uchiha Qiye is going wild in this town. These 2 beautiful figures are also quite interesting, especially the woman with choppy waves. The unremarkable woman was holding the piglet with a helpless expression on her face. Hey, Shizune, did you hear that? There are people like this in this small town. Gambler Knight, young man, is he still a kid? Master Tsunade, you don't mean to. Tsunade winked and smiled. Shizune, you guessed it right. I'm definitely going to gamble with this kid. This town is known as a gambling town, and Tsunade came here because of it. I looked for a few casinos, but no one came to gamble. The owner of the casino all said that it was because of gambling god Yi, because all the money was won by gambler god Yi, and no one came back. This Tsunade can't be angry, but it's getting late. Tsunade decides to take a gamble with that gambler's knight tomorrow. Her legendary title of Big Fat Sheep has been well known in the gambling world for a long time. No one knows it, no one knows it. And this gambler knight is a rising star, according to this kind of spread name. In the gambling world, I'm afraid it won't be long before her name will overtake her. How can Tsunade endure this? Although the Big Fat Sheep is not a good name, it is also not a good name. Advertisement Tsunade will not easily let other people's reputation overshadow her. In the gambling world, she is the woman standing at the top. And this time Tsunade was well prepared. He turned into a child and deceived 5 million directly from the creditor who was looking for her. The current Tsunade can be said to be rich and oily. This kind of fat sheep, everyone wants to eat them alone. Anyone who wants to kill them is a big idiot. Taking advantage of the money, Tsunade and Shizune went to the pub for a drink, cheeks flushed, and fell asleep with a box of money. What Tsunade doesn't know is that she is looking for Gambler Knight, and Qiye is looking for her too. Early the next morning, Qiye, who had slept all night, was full of energy and went out with 2 boxes of money. He hasn't gambled enough. There are several casinos in this town that he hasn't been to yet. Maybe some rich people have gone there to gamble quietly, and they will be excited when they think about it. Qiye, who had just come downstairs, hit 2 soft spots. At the same time, a fragrant fragrance came along, and Q-bombs. Uchiha Qiye was bounced back several steps. Who can't walk without eyes? A moving voice came from the other side. Where's the little pervert from? Do you see the way? Qiye seemed to have heard this voice somewhere before. If you look closely, this is Tsunade. Sure enough, there is no place to hide after stepping through the iron shoes, and it takes no effort to get it. Where there are casinos there is Tsunade. Just as Qiye was about to speak, a large group of people rushed up. Look, isn't that Lord Gambler Yi? Wow, it's really Lord Gambler Yi. Lord Gambler Yi, can you sign your name? Lord Gambler Yi, can you teach me how to win money? Qiye glanced at it. There were both men and women, old and young. Women don't matter, men join in the fun. It seems that being handsome and rich is a mistake. Gambler Knight, is that him? Tsunade's beautiful eyes looked at Uchiha Qiye, and the corner of his mouth drew a touching arc. With a shallow smile, he said with great interest, Gambling God Yi, is that you? It's me. What's wrong? Coincidentally, there is no hiding place to break through the iron shoes, and it takes no effort to get it. Tsunade also thinks so. It seems that the people here are right. They're young and handsome brats. She's definitely going to take a gamble with this kid. Every gamble must be lost, and every gamble must be won. Tsunade is looking forward to what kind of sparks the two will collide. Boy, I heard that you are the god of gamblers. You will win every time you gamble. You are called the god of gamblers Yi. Do you dare to gamble with me? Qiye thought for a while. Oh woman, if you want to conquer a person, you must first conquer his heart. There's nothing to be afraid of, just do it. I have nothing to bet on Shenye, and everything is based on bets. Tsunade's eyes narrowed slightly, revealing a scheming smile. However, she didn't know that she had fallen into a trick. Tsunade looked at the crowd and took Kai's hand. Boy, it's easy to talk here, we have to find a secret place. As soon as the words were finished, the figures of the two instantly turned into a cloud of white smoke. Leaving Shizune, dolphins, and everyone messed up in the wind. Shizune. Don't leave me. Tsunade-sama, dolphin. Chapter 74. Advertisement. Poor Shizune and Dudu were stunned on the spot. Tsunade has several body flicker techniques, and Qiye has distanced himself from this group of crazy fans. Shizune, who was holding the piggy pig, was also quite helpless and immediately followed. She was used to it after being with Tsunade for so many years. Which time has not been collected by the creditor, either cheated with transformation technique or ran away madly. Master Tsunade, wait for me. Tsunade dragged Qiye to the front of a casino. Mei Mu looked at this young man named Gambler Yi, who just used the body flicker technique by himself but pulled it for several miles. This young man's face is not red, he is not breathing, and it seems that he is still a powerful gambler. Boy, are you a ninja? Yeah, I am the most gambler among the ninjas, and the most tolerant in the gambling world. Haha. You just brag. Tsunade burst out laughing. As long as she hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she would never have believed it. As soon as Tsunade came to the door of the casino, he was discovered by a group of gamblers. This proud figure is so conspicuous, isn't that? That's right, that's the legendary Big Fat Sheep. Haha, the money has been won by the kid of Gambling God Night these days, and today there is finally a lottery. Yeah, I didn't expect the Big Fat Sheep to appear here. I have to say, Tsunade is probably more famous in the gambling world than she is in the ninja world. The owner of the casino ran out immediately, looking at Tsunade with gold ingots in his eyes. This is not a fat sheep. Ahem, isn't this Miss Tsunade? Welcome to my casino. Tisk tisk, here comes the oil and water. When the casino owner glanced at Qiye who was beside him, his face turned pale in an instant. How hopeful was before and how desperate now is. Why did I meet Gambler Knight again here? Why did these two famous figures in the gambling world suddenly get together? Yo, boss, I didn't win enough yesterday. I heard that your business here is good, so I came here. Qiye greeted warmly. The face of the casino owner suddenly shriveled, and he wanted to die. What is this called? Finally bumped into a fat sheep, and then bumped into a vampire. Is this the legendary heaven and hell? The owner of the casino immediately called someone to take out a black box and hand it to Qiye. Boss, what is this? Lord Gambler Yi. There are 1 million taels in this box, and it is regarded as your win today, so don't you bet with me today? Tsunade on the side was dumbfounded for a moment. How could there be such a good thing? I was even more shocked in my heart. She had never met Tsunade before. Giving away money without gambling, this is Tsunade's dream life. What kind of magic does this kid have to make the casino old money? Is it morality or the distortion of human nature behind all this? Has the casino owner been humbled to such a degree? Hey, boss, did you make a mistake? You gave the money away without betting, you have a little ambition. The owner of the casino was also in tears. Qiye won 6 million taels from them yesterday. At first, he didn't believe in the title of God of Gamblers, but yesterday he saw that Qiye would win every gamble. In an instant, I knew the horror of the title of Gambler's Knight. The deeds of Gambler Knights circulating in the town are not exaggerated, on the contrary, the owner of the casino also feels that he underestimates the strength of Gambler's Knight. Since Momo Zhelong led Xuanyuan Kong to avenge Gambling God Yi and was killed by the other party, no one dared to ask Gambler God Yi for trouble again. The owner of the casino said aggrieved, Miss Tsunade, you don't know, the Lord of Gamblers is different from you. He is sure to win every bet, and he has won a lot in our small town these 2 days. Tens of millions. Tsunade raised his eyebrows, his beautiful eyes staring at the casino owner. Advertisement. The casino owner felt guilty for a while, and almost told her about her big fat sheep. This kind of thing can only be felt, not in words. Tens of millions. Hearing this number, Tsunade Manako is all about money. No, it's all about money. Who made her Nico bigger than her brain? Then she would have to gamble with Qiye even more. Boss, you made a mistake. I'm not here to gamble with you this time. Hearing Qiye say this, the casino owner breathed a sigh of relief. The 1 million you gave me will be used as a venue fee for borrowing your land. I'm here to gamble with this woman. He pointed to Tsunade beside him. This. The casino owner wiped the cold sweat from his face. This million was originally his, but it turned out to be the venue fee that the other party gave him. Domineering, really domineering. But he didn't dare to say anything. After all, this million was what he wanted to give to Qiye. It is already the greatest luck that gamblers Yi cannot gamble with him today. This million is worth it. Thinking of this, he was a little envious of Qiye again. Yoruichi, the god of gamblers, swallowed such a big fat sheep. Just thinking about it makes me jealous. After all, the probability of the appearance of the fat sheep Tsunade is really small, and it is a rare occurrence. At the same time, cast a sympathetic look at Tsunade. Fat sheep, you can take it easy. Do you know who the other party is? That is the god of gambling, and the head can't be so iron. Hey, what's your look? Do you really think I will lose? No, Miss Tsunade. I trust you. Then what are you doing here? Hurry up and bet inside. Okay. The owner of the casino is bitter. Whether it is the big fat sheep or the knight of gambling gods, they are the existences that he cannot afford to defend. He hasn't finished what he just said. Actually, Miss Tsunade, I believe in you. You will definitely lose. No one would have imagined that in a small casino, there would be two crouching dragons and phoenixes, the big fat sheep and the god of gamblers, at the same time. Look, Gambler Knight. The other one isn't it the legendary big fat sheep? These two are actually together. Long time to see, life series. It seems that the two of them are going to have a battle. Is it a one-on-one bet? Interesting. Qiye and Tsunade's gamble instantly caught everyone's attention. Even some people who are not gamblers joined in to watch the fun. The scene suddenly became very solemn. Outside the door, Shizune finally ran over with the dolphin. Looking at Tsunade, who was excited at the gaming table, he rolled his eyes helplessly. Master Tsunade, don't give the money you cheated to others. When he heard that his opponent was Gambler Yi, Shizune's heart fell to the bottom in an instant. It's over, I'm going to sleep with Master Tsunade again. Poor Dupu, you're getting thinner and thinner. Dolphin. Buzz, the banker's back was sweating, and he was trembling when he spoke. Okay, buy big and buy small, buy and leave. Tsunade. Small? Qiye smiled. If you are small, then I will be big. Chapter 75 Advertisement. Qiye smiled and immediately used the ability of foreknowledge. If you're young, then I'll buy a big fat sheep, but don't say I bully others, the bet will be yours. Little devil, who is talking about a big fat sheep? Although the title of the big fat sheep is well known in the gambling world, few have said it face to face. People who used to say Tsunade is a big fat sheep have tasted her strange punches. But that's all after the gamble. The current Tsunade obviously doesn't care. Isshin is all about gambling. She squeezed 500,000 taels with this little pressure. Buy it and leave it, buy it and leave it. See Tsunade and Qiye when they're all set. It's open. Tsunade's beautiful eyes stared at the dice being pressed on the table. In my heart, I meditated. Little, it must be small. The dealer is open. Big, god of gamblers Yi Fang wins. Qiye chuckled lightly. Sorry, I won. In one hand, he directly hugged 500,000 yuan. In an instant, he also handed a tip of 10,000 taels to the dealer. Hey, thank you, Lord Gambler Yi. Opening the door dark, Tsunade frowned slightly, biting his red lips with his teeth. This kid called Gambler Yi really has some ways. When everyone saw this scene, their saliva almost came out. Tisk tisk, the big fat sheep, the fat sheep who is so rich, is the same as her body, really big, no, really fat, how they hope that the bet with Tsunade is themselves. Seeing the bet between Qiye and Tsunade, they were also itchy. Hey, how about we also come to increase the bet? I'll bet on Shenye, you'll bet on the big fat sheep. Do you think it's feasible? FKU, why don't you crush the big fat sheep? I'll crush Gambler Shenye with 200,000 taels of my whole body. Will you do it? Passerby. Somehow, Tsunade always had the illusion that she could win on her own. Seeing the eyes of everyone watching the play, it seemed that she was sure that she would lose. Tsunade just doesn't believe in this evil. Come again, next plate. This time, Tsunade pressed 1 million taels and bought big. It's only 1 million, and now Qiye, who is worth 10 million, still cares about this, and it's over. I buy small. Qiye felt that he didn't seem to have the need to use the predictive ability. Anyway, it was the right thing to buy. When it comes to gambling, Tsunade seems to be the mantra for every gamble. After opening, small, congratulations to Gambler Knight, you won another game. The scene was dead silent, and some people even covered their mouths, for fear of laughing out loud. Tsunade's face was a little embarrassed at this time, and the corner of his mouth couldn't help twitching. This kid, what a god of gamblers, so lucky? The big fat sheep is the big fat sheep, I can do it too. Yeah, if you say it's an ordinary opponent, forget it. The key is that Gambler Knight. Isn't this sending money to the opponent? Both gamblers and passers-by have already whispered. What they are watching is a lively event, and they don't care about winning or losing. They all knew the end result. There is only one thing I want to see, and that is on the various postures of the big fat sheep sending money. Even if Tsunade has 5 million to lose like this, he can't stand it. So, Tsunade definitely changed the way of gambling and played poker. Little devil, do you dare to play poker? Why don't you dare? You can say whatever tricks you want, and I will accompany you. Tsunade waited for Kai's words. The corners of his mouth rose slightly. Poker is her best skill. Tsunade couldn't help licking his lips when he saw Kai's 2 unopened boxes of banknotes. That's all money, tens of millions of taels. Success or failure is here. This big fat sheep is really rich, just a few million taels anywhere. Yeah, just now, in less than 10 minutes, 1.5 million taels were sent out. Did Big Sheep's family run a mine? I don't know, it's good to be rich anyway. As a result, some of the onlookers became addicted to gambling. They all started betting. The way they bet is weird. The pressure is that the gambling god can win all the money of the big fat sheep in a few minutes. 1, 0 minutes. 2, 0 to minus 15 minutes more than 3, 5 minutes. Come on, come and buy and leave. I pressed for 10 minutes. I pressed for more than 15 minutes, then I'll press the second one for 10 to 15 minutes. The business of the casino suddenly exploded. Not only these gamblers, but even some passers-by got involved. The casino owner was overjoyed. He hadn't seen such a grand event for a long time. 2 minutes later, Tsunade lost 2 million. Damn it, so unlucky. How can this kid's luck be so good? With Tsunade's ability, it is absolutely impossible for the opponent to come out. Is this the truth of Gambler's Night? I'm not reconciled. In the end, Tsunade had 1.5 million on her body and she was ready to stud all. Come again. Remember, Tsunade's smile now. 2 minutes later, Tsunade was lying on the table, looking like he couldn't love him. He held up his whole body with fierceness. No, really no more, all her 5 million were won by Qiye. Haha, 9 minutes and 47 seconds, I won. Hey, I was under pressure for less than 10 minutes, Maada, I earned my money. Since ancient times, gambling is that some people are happy and some people are sad. The person who pressed for less than 10 minutes laughed miserably. As for the other people, his face was bitter, and his expression was as unrequited as Tsunade. Sure enough, Big Sheep has never disappointed in the aspect of gambling. Shizune, come here. Shizune emerged from the crowd, looked at Tsunade with an empty cash box, and instantly understood what was going on. I couldn't help covering my face with my hands. It's over, I'm going to drink the northwest wind again tonight. Dolphin. Buzzing, fluttering. I'm so hungry. Shizune. Do you have any money on you? Shizune wanted to cry without tears. Master Tsunade, the money is all on you. Tsunade is a money junkie. Her money is hers, and Shizune's money is hers too. Shizune doesn't have any private money. Ah, is that so? Tsunade looked innocent. Advertisement Shizune. That's it, Tsunade-sama. Suddenly, Tsunade looked Shizune up and down, raised the corners of his eyebrows, and touched his chin. He smiled knowingly, as if he had suddenly thought of something good. Seeing Tsunade's sly eyes, Shizune's heart was pounding, and the whole person panicked. There is a bad premonition. Tsunade-sama, what are you looking at? No, nothing. Tsunade's confident smile came back, looking at Qiye. Little devil, the last one, but you have to promise me one condition. Conditions? What conditions? You have no bets, no capital, and you are a loser, and you still want to negotiate conditions. Qiye said this deliberately, angering Tsunade's competitive spirit, and then he said, tell me, under what conditions? If I'm in a good mood, maybe I'll agree. Cut. Tsunade was held in the palm of his hand since he was a child, the granddaughter of first Hokage, the princess of Konoha, never had such a low voice. But in order to win money, Tsunade can bear it. This bet is very important to me. If I lose, I will lose, but you have to invite me to drink and teach me how to gamble. Qiye. The important thing is that if you lose, and you don't care much when you look at Tsunade's expression. Miss Tsunade, what else is there to bet? Take it out. Hearing that Tsunade still has money to bet, those who bet before were instantly dumbfounded. Don't worry, the big fat sheep said there is still a bet, maybe it's something valuable. Yes, it must be something of value. In the hearts of gamblers, valuable things are the last to come out. This time, the person who bet for 10 minutes was completely panicked. This time only counts as gambling time, and if Tsunade still has a bet, it must be more than 10 minutes. The hearts of these people who press for 10 minutes are bitter. I thought to myself, okay, you big fat sheep, you still have to send it. Can't you keep it? If you still have bets, take it out early. It's over now. Shizune's expression condensed. Sir Tsunade, you don't think so, you can't? Now the most valuable thing on Tsunade's body is the necklace, which was left by his grandfather first Hokage. Also known as the Cursed Necklace, if anyone other than Tsunade wears it, it will lead to death. Tsunade's younger brother Nawaki did, as did Kato Dan. Afterwards, Shizune thought about it carefully. Could it be that Tsunade-sama wanted to curse this knight of gambling gods to death and get all the money back? At that time, not only Tsunade-sama's own money, but also the other party's tens of millions of taels belonged to Tsunade-sama. Thinking of this, Shizune grinned and sighed inwardly. As expected of you, Tsunade-sama, you really have a plan. Then, Tsunade pulled Shizune down and let him sit next to him. Little devil, this is my last bet. Tsunade pointed to Shizune beside him. This time, Shizune was completely dumbfounded. It turns out that Tsunade-sama didn't want to sell his necklace, but her. Qiye on the opposite side was also stunned. At first Qiye thought that the most valuable thing in Tsunade's body was the necklace around her neck. Unexpectedly, Shizune was regarded as a bet on people. This was the first time. Not only did Qiye stay for a while, but everyone in the audience was stunned. This big fat sheep is really a ruthless man, doesn't he even want his subordinates? Tisk tisk, as expected of the legendary big fat sheep, that's why she has such an operation. Shizune's heart suddenly fell to the bottom. Master Tsunade, don't sell me, I'm still very useful, don't. Cough cough. Tsunade put one hand on Shizune's head, his expression was serious, and he said. Shizune, don't be afraid, you've been with me for so many years, it's time to play your role. Besides, I don't necessarily lose, maybe I'll win back with profits. It doesn't matter if you lose, I will definitely save money and challenge him to win you back. Forgive me, Shizune, this is the last time. Shizune. I believe you, Lord Tsunade. Do you think there is still hope for you to win, even if you challenge him later? It is not me who wants to win back, but money. Tsunade is rarely seen so serious and serious. Shizune remained silent, taking it as the default. Haha. That's my good Shizune. Change his face in a second, this is the legendary big fat sheep. Everyone. This big fat sheep is really scary. Uchiha Qiye is also a black line at one end. Poor Shizune, just sold by Tsunade as a toolman. Qiye looked at Tsunade with interest, and then glanced at Shizune beside him. Then, Miss Big Sheep, how much is your bet worth? Tsunade touched his chin without thinking. Shizune, with the strength of Jonin, has a low-key personality, is quiet and gentle, and has a medical ninjutsu second only to me. He has inherited my will perfectly. It's worth 30 million taels, right? 30 million too? There was an uproar at the scene. A woman was actually worth 30 million taels. 30 million taels, yes, I'll bet with you. Everyone looked at Qiye in disbelief. Gambling god Yi, he actually took it. What kind of fairy gambling is this? 10 minutes later, the result was as expected. Lost. Tsunade lost. Tsunade lost Shizune. Shizune was in a daze, with tears in his eyes, while Tsunade laughed boldly. Haha, Shizune, don't worry, I will win you back. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, all Tsunade wants is the feeling of being in the game. Okay. Shizune, from now on, you can follow that knight of gambling gods across from you. Damn it, I'm really unwilling to lose to a kid. This time, Uchiha Qiye can be said to have made a lot of money. Not only was 5 million credited, but a medical ninja with the strength of Jonin was PR Street UTED for nothing. Meeting Tsunade, the big fat sheep, is no different from giving it away. Qiye no longer needs to use the ability to predict. Now, you have nothing to gamble, do you? Tsunade thought about it. No, I still have. Everyone who eats melons is anxious for Tsunade. Big fat sheep, don't gamble anymore. What else do you have? Aren't you just a subordinate? Who doesn't know in the gambling world? That's right, don't gamble, big fat sheep. Can't you conjure a subordinate out of thin air? The other party is Lord Gambler Yi. Big sheep, although we are very happy to win money from you, it is really distressing to see you keep losing. Everyone has completely forgotten Tsunade's identity and persuaded them one after another. This time, it was Kai's turn to be the melon eater. To shut up. I saw Tsunade roared and punched the floor directly. The cracks in the ground meander for tens of meters. At this time, everyone remembered that the other party was not only a big fat sheep, but also a strange force girl. Can't be bothered, or just be a melon eater in silence. The scene became quiet again in an instant, and everyone was so frightened that cold sweats flowed out. Take a deep breath. Tsunade breathed a long sigh of relief. I have one more bet. Chapter 76 advertisement in the casino. Tsunade is so calm and confident. I have one more bet. Oh, and a bet? Everyone looked at Tsunade with sympathy. Poor big fat sheep, what do you have left? That's it, dolphin. Puff, the person who was drinking almost spit it out. There is no humanity, not even a pig. No, not even people, let alone a pig. Human nature has been distorted and morality will eventually perish. How much is a pig worth? 102. 100 taels is less, at least 500 taels. The big fat sheep Tsunade was almost drained by Qiye. No, it's not all fast, it's already finished. There is only one pig left. This pig was regarded as a bet and was already expected by Qiye. After all, Shizune can be regarded as a bet, not to mention Dolphin. Now Tsunade has no bottom line. Dolphin. Buzz, flutter, flutter, flutter. Dolphin's heart suddenly panicked like a wild horse. Those onlookers are really envious of the dead gambler. According to legend, the oil and water of the big fat sheep were swallowed by him alone. How they wish the person sitting across from Tsunade was themselves. Repeated routines, same nesting dolls. Tsunade looked at the pig with a serious face, and touched the pig's head with his hand. Seriously said, Dolphin, forgive me, this is the last time. Look, Shizune has already lost to that kid. It's pointless for you to follow me, because no one will take care of you, so you have to work hard and survive strong. Cough cough. In case I use you to win Shizune back, not only to win Shizune back, but also to win back the tens of millions of that kid, then we three people are the most beautiful time. Little pig Dolphin. Buzzing, fluttering, fluttering, fluttering. With these words, Dudu could only nod his head in tears. The onlookers have been completely stunned, and the big fat sheep still has such operations. If you listen carefully, this is the truth. And Tsunade is talking about three people. Tsunade already treats dolphins as people. Impressed? Can you not be impressed? The dolphins were already moved to tears. Many people present were already in tears. Woo! Big fat sheep, we blame you wrong. Yeah, although you are a big fat sheep, I didn't expect you to think about your subordinates so much. It's really their honor to follow you. That's right, just take a gamble and give it a try, and a bicycle can also become a motorcycle. Come on, big fat sheep. Come on Miss Tsunade, you must have a damn it night of gambling gods. That guy on Gambler Night has already won so much from us, we can't let him win. Be sure to let him experience losing. Tsunade gave a moving speech. The wind has completely changed. Everyone in the room hoped that Tsunade would win, and win it back completely. Before this, no one had ever cheered the big fat sheep Tsunade. They all hope she loses, she is obviously a big fat sheep, there is no reason to win. Only if Tsunade wins will they be able to take money out of her. This time, Tsunade completely moved them. Tsunade folded his arms across his chest and squeezed even more. Now she is very confident and nodded with satisfaction. Successful battle. This is Tsunade's ability to fool. Advertisement. All of a sudden, Tsunade has the right time, the right place, and the three elements, so what else can Gambler Yi have to do with him? Tsunade put his index finger in front of his red lips and snorted, signaling everyone to be quiet. Come on, wait a while. He continued. Little Guido, my pig is not an ordinary pig, it's a ninja pig named Dudu. Isn't Ninja Pig still a pig, just because there is one more ninja character? People are puzzled. Look, the pig is wearing a string of pearl necklaces, and it has a very sensitive sense of smell. It is a very cute, powerful and smart pig. It is soft and comfortable to hold in your arms, not to mention how comfortable it is. Everyone sighed. Tisk tisk. It really is a pig with extraordinary origin. Qiye glanced at it. The reason why Shizune was so unremarkable was that he was squashed because he hugged too many dolphins and dolphins. Then how much is your pig worth? This is what people want to know. This dolphin is so cute, so obedient, and so practical, edible, isn't it too much to ask for 5 million taels? This Tsunade completely subverts the three views of the melon eaters. 5 million taels, why don't you rob? Is a pig worth so much money? Big fat sheep are big fat sheep, but the brain circuit is different. 5 million taels, shouldn't a Gambler Knight take it? Absolutely not, who would buy a pig with 5 million taels? What is buying? See clearly, the big fat sheep is using it as a bet, maybe it will win back. 5 million taels. A ninja pig, it's not a loss to buy it. 5 million taels is a trifle for the current Qiye. Big fat sheep, I take this bet. What, God of Gamblers actually picked it up? There's no way, who told people to be rich? If you have money, you can really do whatever you want. Tsunade smiled calmly. Very well, the other party has taken the bait. This time, Tsunade was very cautious and didn't stud anymore. She wanted a little bit to win back the money from Qiye. A chronic torture like boiling a frog in warm water. When the God of Gamblers discovered it, it was already too late. That's Tsunade's strategy. However, the ideal is plump, and the reality is still so skinny. In less than 20 minutes, Tsunade had lost the 5 million. Hey, there was lamentation all around. The big fat sheep is still the big fat sheep, and the gambler knight is no longer the previous gambler knight. They were delusional that Tsunade would win, which was a fantasy. Tsunade lost his entire body. He frowned and said in a low voice, "Shizune, Dolphin, don't be sad, I will win you back eventually." Shizune. Master Tsunade, so love can go wrong? Shouldn't I be comforted? Dolphin. As a pig I don't know what to say anymore. Is this guy really a god of gamblers? I've been betting so many times that I haven't won a single game. Whether it's his problem or my problem is definitely not my problem. At such a young age, I look like a god of gamblers, why not me Tsunade? Now Tsunade is looking up and down at Qiye. Although I lost money, it was not to the point of despair. Little devil, don't forget to agree to my conditions, you will pay for the drinks tonight, and you have to teach me how to gamble. It's okay to invite you to drink, but my gambling skills are secret and cannot be taught easily unless... Unless what? Tsunade is very curious about this trick of winning every gamble, and if she learns this, she will go directly from every gamble to win every gamble. Going directly from the valley to the top of the mountain is the pinnacle of life. And can get rid of the title of the big fat sheep, and get the title of a gambling saint. Wouldn't it be nice? In the ninja world, she is the holy gambler. In the gambling world, she is the holy gambler. In the name of the double saints, who else is there in the world? Tsunade must learn this trick of winning every gamble, _. Chapter 77 Advertisement. Unless you say something, kid? Tsunade was impatient, and she wished she could learn the trick of betting right now. Then the blue is better than the blue, unless you promise me one thing. Okay, no problem, I promise. Tsunade's answer was very straightforward. He saw that the other party was a little devil, and he was handsome. It feels good, and she shouldn't be asked to do anything strange. Besides, she is the legendary Sannin, and she is afraid that a little devil will fail to pay her bills. Little devil, tell me, what's the matter? This, I can't think of it right now, I'll tell you when I think of it. This kid is quite treacherous. Tsunade looked out with beautiful eyes, and it was almost sunset. Boy, the bet is over, I also agreed to your conditions, now it's time to invite us to drink. No problem, let's go. Ding. Additional task. Host invites Tsunade, one of the legendary Sannin, to drink and teach gambling, which can increase his favor towards host. To increase his goodwill, can Tsunade still treat me as his boyfriend? Tsunade is only about 46 years old now, but there is no difference in appearance or figure from a woman in her 20s or 30s. Don't have any flavor, because Tsunade has the existence of S-rank ninjutsu, Baihao technique, and 100 healings mark. It can instantly heal wounds, increase speed, and through the subtle adjustment of chakra can improve physical function and achieve the effect of eternal youth. It is precisely because Tsunade is an excellent medical ninja that he can keep his bodily functions in full bloom. Teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s can change as long as Tsunade thinks. Uchiha Qiye and Tsunade walked out of the casino with such a swagger. The casino owner finally breathed a sigh of relief. I am fortunate to meet the long-known big fat sheep in the gambling world and the gambler's knight who has only recently gained fame. I really don't know if it's lucky or unfortunate. The big fat sheep is gone, my oil and water are gone, not only the oil and water is gone, but also the money. Some people were crying, and some people were smiling. Haha, the big fat sheep is gone, and this uncle has won money. Who said the big fat sheep can only fight for 10 minutes? That's right, the battle between Big Sheep and Gambler Knight lasted for several hours. The bet between Tsunade and Qiye lasted about 2 hours. It's just that the 5 million Tsunade that I traded for in the end was used cautiously, and it took a long time to lose. He wanted to boil the frog Qiye in warm water, but he was the one who was boiled in the end. By the time Tsunade found out, it was too late and he had no strength to escape from the pot. This time, those who pressed for more than 15 minutes made big profits. The rest can only be admitted. No wonder Tsunade suddenly made such a show. Not only use his subordinates as a bargaining chip, but also treat a pig as a bargaining chip. That's why it's so strong and durable, and Tsunade was too young in the end. It took Qiye 2 full hours to win the battle. Along the way, Qiye, Tsunade, Shizune wandered the streets. Your name is Shizune, right? My hands are sore. Come, take these 2 boxes of money. Yes, Lord Gambler Yi. Shizune respectfully picked up the 2 boxes of money in Kai's hand. This attitude surprised Tsunade and gave Shizune a look to let her know for herself. As if saying, no way, Shizune, you really think you belong to him? I'm joking with him, how could this kid want you? Shizune also winked at Tsunade. Advertisement, Sir Tsunade, I'm sorry, you sold me to Lord Gambler Yi. From now on, I will be born as Lord Gambler Yi, and die as Lord Gambler's ghost. Dolphin. Buzz, flutter, 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 in agreement. Tsunade. Don't worry about this guy Shizune, so do you pigs. It's a waste of time for me to raise you so fat, so why don't you just slaughter it and make braised pork? Tsunade couldn't help but raise a small fist. This little girl has two faces. Shizune and Tsunade make eye contact. Qiye sees both. I couldn't help laughing, which also fully confirmed the depth of their relationship. Along the way, Tsunade couldn't take his eyes off the two boxes of money in Shizune's hands. And Shizune kept moving the money out of Tsunade's sight, avoiding her greedy gaze. It made Tsunade's heart itch. HMPH, don't watch if you don't see it, Shizune, it's yours. It was the first time Shizune saw Tsunade's aggrieved and cute expression, so he couldn't help but smile. Not long after, Qiye led Tsunade and the others to a tavern. Opened a small room. Hey, kid, are you an adult enough to drink? Logically speaking, Qiye is now 18 years old, so of course he can drink it. Although the 3 bands of ninjas in this world are until the age of 20, but so what? Of course, I'm old enough to drink. Okay, after drinking this meal, you will teach me how to win every bet tomorrow. Tsunade, this is the one I can't forget. Since you want to teach me ninjutsu, it makes sense to call me a teacher, right? Tsunade pouted, and the whole face couldn't help twitching. He was one of the legendary Sannin. When had he ever been so angry, and he even called a little ghost teacher. This kid is still rampant. After thinking about it, learning technology has nothing to do with age. Since someone teaches you technology, it is very reasonable to call a teacher. Hello teacher. What did you just say? I didn't hear. Seeing Tsunade like this, Shizune next to him laughed. It's so funny how Tsunade-sama is deflated. Look at Qiye again. This young man named Gambler's Knight is a bit interesting. Master of Gamblers Yi, hello, disciple Tsunade is here to report. Tsunade's voice instantly expanded several times, as if he was holding a horn and shouting again. This is due to the good sound insulation of the room. If you put it outside, the glass will shatter for you. Master Gambler Yi, is your name Gambler Yi? Shouldn't there be such a strange name? Oh, this, Gambler Knight is the honorary title people give me when they praise my achievements in the gambling world. My name is Uchiha Qiye. Uchiha? Hearing the name, Tsunade and Shizune were both stunned. Even the dolphin on the side made a fluttering sound, looking very shocked. The people of Konoha belong to the Uchiha clan, aren't they fellow villagers? Tsunade smiled lightly, which made it better to talk. Shizune could not have imagined that this knight of gambling gods was actually a member of the Uchiha clan in Konoha village. Then Mr. Tsunade soldiered each other, it's nothing, everyone is from a village, and it's easy to talk. Although Tsunade and Shizune have been away from the village for many years. But they had heard of things that shocked the ninja world, like Uchiha Itachi slaughtered the Uchiha clan. So this young man named Uchiha Qiye survived the night of the genocide? Chapter 78. Advertisement kid, didn't Uchiha be exterminated by Uchiha Itachi? How did you survive? I'm just a fluke. It just so happened that I wasn't in the clan that night, and Itachi's younger brother Uchiha Sasuke was also alive. Qiye said calmly. Tsunade thinks that this little devil is not only lucky in gambling, but also lucky in life. It was such a coincidence that he was not there that night. At the same time, a look of regret appeared on Tsunade's face. There were 2 great families in the ninja world, the Senju family from his grandfather and the Uchiha family from Uchiha Madara. At that time, it could be said that the 2 strongest families in the ninja world, Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, ended the Sengoku era together. It's a pity that the Senju clan has disappeared after decades. Even in the Uchiha clan, there are only 3 left, Uchiha Itachi, Uchiha Sasuke, and Uchiha Qiye. Unbeknownst to Tsunade, there is another Uchiha in the dark named Uchiha Obito. The 3 of them poured a bottle of wine into their stomachs, and their faces were a little crimson. Tsunade has no scruples and has spoken freely. Having money to gamble and drinking is the happiest thing in her life. Boy, you said you wanted me to do something, do you remember? Qiye glanced at her. Tsunade said immediately, Mr. Qiye, do you remember what you want to do? If you don't remember, first teach me the skill of winning every bet. Oh, you said that, it's nothing, the village asked you to be the 5th Hokage. The 5th Hokage, surprised, Tsunade and Shizune dropped the wineglasses in their hands instantly. They haven't returned to Konoha for a long time. What is the operation of the high level suddenly asking her to go back to serve as Hokage? Master Qiye, is 3rd Hokage retired? Shizune asked in confusion. The news that 3rd Hokage was killed by Orochimaru hasn't spread yet, so Tsunade and the others naturally don't know. Although Konoha blocked the news, it was only a matter of time before it spread in the ninja world. After all, Orochimaru and the others knew about it, and a cage-level powerhouse was killed by the renegade ninja. Such an important matter cannot be hidden, and it is only a matter of time before the news spreads. Therefore, the top management of Konoha wanted to find someone with strength and leadership skills to succeed 5th Hokage as soon as possible. Third Hokage did not retire, but was killed by Orochimaru. Orochimaru. Tsunade's eyes suddenly widened. That guy Orochimaru actually killed Mr. Sarutobi. Then another glass of wine was poured into his stomach. Tisk tisk, Mr. Sarutobi, you're still too old to retire. That guy Orochimaru can't stand it. Tsunade, who is also one of the Sannin, knows Orochimaru very well. When the fourth generation was chosen, the third generation didn't choose Orochimaru. From Tsunade's point of view, Orochimaru was already resentful at that time. This kind of thing is in line with Orochimaru's style. After leaving Konoha for so many years, Tsunade still misses the village. Boy, isn't it just a Hokage, can't I do it? Call. Shizune next to him breathed a sigh of relief. Tsunade was willing to return to Konoha to be the fifth Hokage. Because they no longer have to sleep in the air, it's better to have a safe place than to wander outside. Dolphin. Buzz, flutter, 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 people and pigs are happy. Tsunade, whose cheeks were flushed, looked at the starry sky outside the window, and said softly, Konoha, it's been a long time since I went back. Advertisement, by the way, Master Qiye, are you the only one here to find Master Tsunade? After a glass of wine, Qiye showed a strange smile. The quest to find the fifth Hokage is an S-rank quest. S-class. Tsunade and Shizune were both stunned. When did the search mission have an S-rank? It's not just me, most of the ninjas in the village are dispatched, except for Genin, Anbu, the investigation department, the perception department, the intelligence department, Jonin, etc. are all carrying out the same mission, that is to find you Tsunade. Tsunade. Shizune. Tsunade didn't even know he had such a big hand. Although his card is really big, but the matter of looking for her has not reached S rank. Yan Ran smiled. Haha, Shizune, my value has risen again. As expected of you, Tsunade-sama. The two of them looked at Qiye at the same time, so many people couldn't find it, but they were met by this kid. Is this guy really the son of luck? He has such good luck wherever he goes. Win what you bet on, get what you find. Others can't compare, even those in Konoha's investigation department and perception department are not as quick as Qiye, which they can't think of. The detailed information of Tsunade is not absent in Konoha, perhaps, this is the arrangement of fate. After drinking a few bottles of Tsunade, his head is already dizzy. Boy, you are so lucky. That's right, I didn't expect to meet Master Qiye here. The three of them chatted, and lost their voices, and fell asleep directly. Early in the morning sun has risen, and today is the last day of the mission. Southern Fire Nation. Kakashi-senpai, have you found any trace of Tsunade-sama? No, we thoroughly searched this southern town, and posted a notice. We also looked for the casino that Mr. Tsunade likes to go to, but still nothing. Tianzheng, where are you? Kakashi-senpai, call me Yamato, we don't have any news from Tsunade-sama. Kakashi and Yamato are talking on the radio. They have been searching for more than 2 days, and they have basically searched the southern part of the country of fire, but there is still no trace of Tsunade. Today is the last day. If there is really no news, I can only return to the village. In the land of grass. Nara Shikahisa, Haichi, have you sensed Tsunade-sama's chakra? Shuka, no, this piece does not perceive Tsunade-sama's chakra. Haichi, Master Tsunade has been away from the village for so many years, you must have forgotten about her chakra. Ahem, Shikaku, what are you talking about? This is an S-rank mission, I will never forget Tsunade-sama's chakra. The team of Nara Shikahisa and Yamanaka Kaiichi directly found the territory of the land of grass from the western part of the land of fire, but still no trace of Tsunade was found. Except for Qiye, who was still sleeping, the rest of the staff and the team were all trying their best to find Tsunade. The sunlight outside the tavern shone into the private room, and Qiye could faintly hear birdsong. He felt the softness in front of him, and there was a fragrance in his nose, which was very pleasant. I rubbed it with my head, as if it had gotten into a sponge. This action of his also attracted a soft snort. Opening his eyes, Qiye found that his head was in Tsunade's arms. And Tsunade still held his head tightly. Looking up, it was Tsunade's red lips, exhaling like blue, breathing evenly, still in deep sleep. The three of them drank too much last night. Qiye woke up and found that he was in the same bed with Shizune, Tsunade and the others. If I hadn't seen them all wearing clothes, I would have thought something happened. Chapter 79. Advertisement. If Qiye hadn't seen the three of them fully dressed, he would have thought they had a multiplayer sport last night. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the task. Tsunade's favorability to the host is 80, dependency. Qiye was stunned. Didn't he want to teach gambling skills? Did you skip this part after a nap? Dependencies are fine? This kind of beauty is very seductive to put on your side. Ding, host completed a wonderful sleep. Left eye Mangekyo awakened the second ability. Backtracking. The ability to backtrack instantly formed in Kai's mind. Just as he thought. Since the right eye has the two abilities of divine control and divine control, then the left eye should also have two abilities. One of them is the tomb, and now Qiye can predict what will happen an hour in the future, and he can also forcibly reverse the time to an hour later. Backtracking. Go back in time, you can go back 1 hour in time. Ability of time. Qiye was overjoyed. An hour ago and an hour in the future, this time can be controlled by Qiye alone. Control time, control time. In this ninja world, no one can do it except him. Not even the ancestor of chakra, Otsutsuki Kaguya, could do this. Qiye, who used to feel invincible, now feels even more invincible. Now the invincible front has been prefixed, invincible, even more invincible, absolutely invincible. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the Tsunade power close black lens bracket. Strange power. Active skill, need to be triggered actively by the host. Active skills. In other words, Qiye usually uses his own power, and when he wants to use strange power, Tsunade's amazing destructive power will appear. In fact, Qiye can achieve Tsunade's destructive power with his own power and chakra, but it only needs to spend chakra. But if you use Tsunade's magic power directly, you can save chakra. Just like last time, he and Azuki Shion learned each other's Konoha Ryu swordsmanship after sleeping for 1 night. Now I slept with Tsunade and the others for 1 night and learned Tsunade's abilities. It's just a strange force. Qiye thought that he would learn Tsunade's automatic recovery Baihao technique. It seems that S-rank ninjutsu is not easy to get. Of course, not only did he become stronger, but the person who slept with him also became stronger. This effect is mutual, but others have no ability to learn from him. Ding! Congratulations to host for learning Shizun's medical ninjutsu. Ding! Congratulations to host for acquiring the ability to communicate with dolphins. From Shizun, he only learned medical ninjutsu. Qiye thought about it, it would be nice if Tsunade's. But don't worry, take it slow. The ability to communicate with dolphin, this pig? Indeed, Tsunade and Shizun can listen to dolphins, and dolphins understand what they say. Now, Qiye has also joined the ranks. The weather is so good, Qiye doesn't want to get up. Close your eyes and continue enjoying the softness and fragrance of Tsunade. At this time, Tsunade slowly opened his beautiful eyes. She thought it was a pillow in her arms, but she didn't expect it to be a person. Look carefully. It turned out to be Qiye, this little devil, and he didn't care much. Putting it aside with his hands, he sat up, ahhhhh. Stretching and yawning long. Hey, strange, what's going on? Tsunade suddenly noticed a strange change in his body. Advertisement. She knew that the 3 of them drank last night and fell asleep. Different from the past, Tsunade who woke up after drinking in the past was always dizzy, and the whole person was ignorant and had no energy at all. But today was different. Tsunade woke up feeling energized and full of energy. Moreover, Tsunade was even more surprised to find that his body functions seemed to be in his 20s and 30s. Before, she used Baihao technique's chakra to maintain her body functions. And now, it doesn't seem necessary. Even without the subtle chakra conditioning, her body is like this, and it doesn't age. Tsunade is completely stunned. What the hell is going on? Not only that, Tsunade also found that the chakra in his body was extremely full, twice as much as the original chakra. Because it was his own body, Tsunade couldn't understand it any better. Ding! Tsunade overcomes 50% of hyperphobia after a wonderful sleep with host. Open black lens bracket body function is restored to its full state, and chakra is not required to maintain close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tsunade's own chakra doubles close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after Shizun's sleep. Chakra doubled, speed and strength improved close black lens bracket. Dolphin. Isn't there me? Dolphin. It's a pig, it's more energetic, and the rest remains the same. All these messages appeared in Kai's mind. What does it mean to overcome 50% and not 100%? Qiye couldn't help but complained, which only meant that Tsunade's fear of blood had diminished. Looking at Qiye who was sleeping soundly, Tsunade couldn't bear to wake him. Immediately patted Shizun next to him. Shizun, Shizun, wake up. Shizun couldn't help rubbing his hazy eyes, looking at Tsunade in front of him. Suddenly exclaimed. My God, Lord Tsunade, your skin has become good, white and red, as if you were a few decades younger, and you have become more energetic and older. Lord Tsunade, how did you do it? Tsunade. Yes, yes. The woman is the one who pleases herself, and when she hears Shizun's words, Tsunade also covers her face shyly. Now Tsunade is indeed radiant, full of energy, like a teenage girl. Suddenly, Tsunade's face changed, and she realized that there was a flaw in Shizun's words. Well, decades younger, Shizun, do you mean I'm old? Tsunade was already frowning at Shizune. Seeing this, Shizune quickly waved his hand. No, no, Tsunade-sama is always young, always a young girl. Tsunade hates his old appearance, otherwise he wouldn't use chakra to maintain all aspects of his body. Hearing Shizune's words, Tsunade nodded in satisfaction. Hey, Shizune, I found that you have become more energetic and your skin has improved. Do you feel that the chakra in your body is much fuller than before? Shizune nodded quickly, and she felt the change in her body when she saw Tsunade's change. Master Tsunade, are you the same? The two looked at each other, which was strange. They drank and slept a while ago, and they didn't change like that. What the hell is going on? Suddenly, the two of them seemed to have suddenly thought of something. Unanimously, they focused their attention on Qiye. What was different from the past was that there was one more person at the wine table yesterday, and that was him, Uchiha Qiye, who has the title of God of Gamblers' Night. Because Tsunade and Shizune really can't think of other different factors, the only difference is this man. Is this guy really the invincible lucky son? The night of the genocide escaped birth? Found them faster than the ninjas of the scout unit. Every gamble will win, it is called the night of the god of gamblers. All kinds of coincidences combined, it is not a coincidence. Shizune and Tsunade looked at each other, and Kakuzu showed an inexplicable smile. Follow him, absolutely lucky. Chapter 80 advertisement. Shizune and Tsunade looked at each other, and Kakuzu gave a weird smile. Touch your chin with your hand and nod at the same time. Follow him, absolutely lucky. At this time, Qiye also opened his eyes. Seeing the strange eyes of Tsunade and Shizune, the whole person couldn't help trembling. Their eyes seemed to see through themselves. I'm like a little lamb without clothes. What are you looking at? Are you coveting my masculinity? Oh, woman, so superficial. Tsunade crossed his arms across his chest and nodded. Little devil, get up, I have promised you to do Hokage, now you can teach me how to gamble. Oh, yes, Shizune, please go and prepare breakfast, this is money. Qiye casually gave Shizune a stack of money. You don't have to look at it at all, being rich is just so capricious. Okay, Master Qiye, Master Tsunade, wait for me, I'll be right back. Tsunade frowned slightly. Shizune, does he really consider himself his? After a hearty breakfast, Qiye and the three of them came to an open meadow. Little Tsunade, today is the last day of the mission. We have to go back to Konoha before the sun goes down. After you learn this unique trick, come back with me immediately. Little Tsunade. Tsunade pouted, who would dare to call her that? Only first Hokage and his teacher third Hokage called her that. Regardless of age, she can be Kai's mother. Who do you think I am? I am the legendary Sannin. The title of the demigod Hanzo of the salamander himself. Tolerable or unbearable, little devil, even if you are my teacher, you can't call me that. What's that called, Aunt Tsunade? This kid is too damn it, but Tsunade has a feeling that he can't be separated from him. Tsunade endured for the gamble that every gamble would win. Calling Aunt Tsunade is not as kind as little Tsunade. Okay, Teacher Qiye, you can call it whatever you want. Immediately after a thought, Qiye just said that he would return to Konoha before the sun goes down. How is this possible? It is hundreds of kilometers away from Konoha. Even if they were ninjas, they wouldn't be able to go back in a few days. That said, Tsunade now has a few more days to be dashing. Shizune, who was holding the dolphin, looked at Tsunade and then at Qiye. Incredible, really incredible. Tsunade-sama actually held back. If it were normal, he would have already unleashed his strange fist. Dolphin. Buzz, flutter, flutter, flutter. The movements of Shizune and Dudu are synchronized, and they both look left and then look again. Quite happy. Qiye smiled and put on an air of demeanor. Tsunade, listen carefully. I, who always win every gamble, realized it, and I have never passed it on to others. You can be said to be my close disciple. Very good, the little devil finally said it. This is what Tsunade has been waiting for. No one else knows, which means it's just a matter of waiting until Master Tsunade. She is studying it carefully, surpassing Qiye is just around the corner. After all, Tsunade is absolutely confident in himself. At that time, she can win back the money from Qiye. Bah, no. Money doesn't matter Shizune, then I'll be able to win Shizune and Dolphin back from that kid. Understood, Teacher Qiye, I will study hard, and I will definitely not live up to your expectations. Tsunade is righteous, loud and full of motivation. My trick is to win every gamble. I don't need words, I just need you to feel it with your heart. Do you have any opinions? No comment. Advertisement. Okay, then come here. Shizune felt the same way, and now Tsunade in front of Qiye looks very much like himself in front of Tsunade. I need to put my right hand on your heart for 10 minutes. You feel it with your heart for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you will learn. Is there any problem? No problem. Tsunade answered decisively. He didn't expect this gambling skill of winning every bet to be so easy to learn. Immediately, he opened the windbreaker with gambling written on the back. Mr. Qiye, come on. Tsunade's current momentum is impassioned. Qiye had promised to teach Tsunade the skill of winning every bet, and of course he would not break his promise. This gambling technique, which is sure to win every gamble, is naturally the ability to predict. Through the introduction of the predictive ability on the system, Qiye knew that this ability could be taught to others. The method is as he said, put your hand in the position of the opponent's heart and let him feel it quietly for 10 minutes. Qiye can predict the future for 1 hour, but the highest he can teach at present is to let the other party predict the future for 30 seconds, no more. But it is the truth, and it can only be taught this way. Qiye can't do anything else. Tsunade didn't change his face, as if saying, come on. Qiye no longer hesitated, and extended his right hand to the position of his heart. The dolphins in their arms covered their eyes with their 2 pig paws. Shizune thought to himself, Tsunade-sama, you are working too hard. But Mr. Qiye is a handsome young man, and Mr. Tsunade, you are not at a loss. Shizune's cheeks flushed crimson standing aside. Tsunade's body trembled slightly when Kai's right hand touched him. Immediately, he felt a mysterious message flood into his mind. That's right, this is the gamble that will win you every time you gamble. Tsunade, with his eyes closed, showed a small smile at the corner of his mouth. Shizune was stunned. Tsunade-sama was touched, she still laughed. It seems that Qiye-sama didn't lie. After 10 minutes, Tsunade-sama might really be able to learn the skill of winning every gamble. Then Tsunade-sama will be able to win me back. Shizune thought about it carefully. It seemed that there was nothing wrong with following Master Qiye, he still had money. After Tsunade becomes Konoha's Hokage, Qiye is also Konoha's ninja. Shizune felt that he was the same as everyone else. So Qiye is not trying to take advantage of Tsunade. Of course, while teaching others, you can also take advantage of it, which is also what it should be. Besides, this is what you want and what you want, how can you say that you take advantage of it? Minute by minute time passed, it's almost 10 minutes away. When he let go, Qiye still couldn't help but use a small gesture ruthlessly. Because it feels really good, Tsunade felt something. This brat is actually taking advantage of the old lady, I'll see you later. Tsunade's mind was inexplicably swaying. Deep down, there is still the thought of expecting the other party to continue and not stop. Thinking of this, Tsunade couldn't help scolding himself. Tsunade, you female pervert, what are you thinking? You learned this to win back all the money from that brat. Opening his eyes, Tsunade smiled contentedly. He said to Shizune, Shizune, are you coming to my side? Hey. Shizune was stunned. Master Tsunade, how did you know I haven't left yet? Shizune walked over to Tsunade with a puzzled face. Seeing this, Tsunade's smile brightened even more. Little devil, it turns out that this is your trick to win every gamble, _ Chapter 81 Advertisement Little devil, it turns out that this is your trick to win every gamble. It's so real, 1 second is Teacher Qiye is calling, the next second is a kid. But Qiye doesn't care about that either. Tsunade understood. No wonder this kid was so lucky that he could see things 30 seconds into the future. It also makes sense to avoid the massacre of Uchiha Itachi. Master Tsunade, have you learned? Well, I've learned it. This kid's abilities are very useful, why don't you learn it too? Shizune's face turned red, and when he looked down, he could see his toes. I don't want to learn, Master Tsunade is enough to learn. Tsunade found that this ability can be used not only in gambling, but also in daily life and even in combat. Having learned this, Tsunade really felt like he was going to win every gamble. It's no wonder that this kid keeps winning, it turns out that he has such an ability, so I can change it for me. Tsunade understands why Qiye is called the god of gamblers. She was very curious, how could this Uchiha Qiye have such abilities even though he was a member of the Uchiha family? This is also not the limit of blood, the limit of blood can only be passed through inheritance, and teaching cannot be taught. Ask Qiye. Qiye kid, how can you have such an ability, and how can you teach others in such a strange way? This is innate, and I can't say it. You ask me why I have such an ability, it's like asking why there is the sun, why there is day and night, it's a truth. Kai's answer can be described as 100 secrets without any omission, impeccable. Tsunade believed it too, it was the truth. There are too many unsolved mysteries in this world, and not everything can be found out. Little devil, do you only know about the next 30 seconds? Qiye nodded without thinking. Great, Tsunade's heart was overjoyed, which meant that she was already on the same starting line with Qiye. Since ancient times, there is a saying that the disciples of the church starved to death the master. How could Qiye tell Tsunade that he would know about the next hour? The cat taught the tiger, and also left a tree climbing skill. Boy, this ability is very special, does it have a name? If this ability is in the world of pirates, it can be said to be Shinwang or observation Haki. But this is the Hokage world, and the system says it clearly, that is, foreknowledge. Qiye doesn't talk about anything else. The name, of course, is called the foreknowledge. Foreknowledge? Tsunade smiled slightly, the name was the same as its ability. Foreknowledge? 30 seconds in the future? Hearing the conversation between the two of them, Shizune was completely stunned. He didn't expect that Qiye would have such an ability to teach others. Master Qiye is so mysterious. Dolphin. Puyu, pounce. With a simple flutter, Dudu also took his own shock. Little devil, I didn't accept that I lost to you last time. How about we take a gamble this time? Tsunade felt that he would lose entirely because of Kai's ability to predict. Now she has it too, which is fair. Qiye couldn't help laughing, he only used the ability of prediction for the first time when he bet with Tsunade. After that, they all won by their own strength. Tsunade challenged him again, which was already expected by Qiye. Advertisement, oh, little Tsunade, do you feel like you're better than Blue when you're just learning? Haha, that's natural, no matter how I say it, I won't lose to a kid. Tsunade is so high-spirited now that she thinks it's impossible for her to lose. Qiye raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, you've run out of money, Shizune and Dudu are also my people, what else do you bet on? I still have this. Tsunade pointed to the necklace on his ditch. Master Tsunade, that's... Shizune looked flustered, she didn't expect Tsunade to take out this thing as a bet. This is something that has never happened before. She had lost the whole thing before and didn't even bother to move the chain. Shizune, don't worry, I won't lose. Tsunade even thought that it was worth making a bet with Qiye with this necklace. She wants to win back the tens of millions of taels from Qiye, as well as Shizune and Dudu. Thinking of this, Tsunade looked excited and couldn't help licking his lips with his tongue. This woman finally took out the last treasure. If the other party took the initiative to send it to the door, Qiye would not refuse. What kind of gambling? This time, Tsunade was more cautious. He didn't choose the usual way of gambling, not playing poker, dice or the like. It's a common battle among ninjas, because they are all ninjas. When she was a genin, she stole the bell from the third-generation old man. Qiye, little devil, you can grab this necklace from me within half an hour, even if you win. If you can't grab it, you will lose, and you will give me 50 million taels, how about it? Shizune on the side even more excitedly clenched his fists. As expected of Tsunade-sama, you can definitely win with this kind of bet. When it comes to fighting, Shizune has full confidence in Tsunade. She has been with Tsunade for so many years, and she knows nothing better than Tsunade's strength. The granddaughter of first Hokage, the disciple of third Hokage, and the legendary Sannin, has the same strength as Orochimaru and Jiraiya. Tsunade is now one of the cage-level powerhouses. And Uchiha Qiye, in Shizune's opinion, is at most a jonin. Even if he opens Sharingan, it doesn't make much sense in front of Tsunade. So in this game, there is no suspense at all. Shizune bet Tsunade to win. Seeing Kai's silence, Tsunade thought he was hesitating. If the other party didn't agree, wouldn't she be vain? He immediately said, boy, it's really difficult for you to grab this necklace, and others will laugh at me for bullying the younger generation. Well, you don't need to grab it, you only need to touch this necklace within 30 minutes. How about you win? Qiye is not hesitating, but thinking about how to solve the battle quickly. Tisk tisk, little Tsunade, do you despise your master so much? Not only do I want to touch it, I also want to grab it. Tsunade frowned slightly. This kid is not very skilled, but the leather is not small. Shizune was even more surprised that Kie-kun dared to say such a thing to Tsunade-sama. Doesn't he know that Tsunade-sama is the legendary Sannin, or is it that the teachers at the ninja school for young people today didn't give them the knowledge about it? Shizune, it's up to you to be the referee. When Shizune saw that the two of them were ready, she gave an order. The gamble between Tsunade-sama and Kie-sama starts now. Swish. Qiye was unreasonable and rushed directly to Tsunade. Tsunade smiled lightly. This kid doesn't need ninjutsu, he played taijutsu with me. Doesn't the Uchiha family have a Sharingan? You haven't turned it on or don't want to do it, and you've been underestimated. I saw Tsunade lifted his right foot, did a 180-degree split, and slammed into the ground. Chapter 82. Advertisement. I saw Tsunade lift his right foot, in a 180-degree split position, and slammed into the ground. Painful feat. Boom, a loud muffled sound followed. The ground was split open by this foot. The cracks meandered for dozens of meters around, and with just one foot, Tsunade blasted out a huge crater. It was a fight between gods and mortals. Shizune knew the horror of Tsunade's power, and had long since hid to the side with the dolphin. Master Qiye won't be smashed by Master Tsunade, right? This kick, Shizune could see, Tsunade showed no mercy. The smoke dissipated, and there was no sign of Qiye in the giant pit. Only then did Shizune breathe a sigh of relief. Tsunade's beautiful eyes were looking all over the place, and Qiye had indeed avoided the impact of her kick just now. Whether in terms of speed or temporary reaction, Kai's strength has reached the level of Jonin. Little devil, you have some skills. Fire style, dragon fire technique. Suddenly, the sky turned red. Tsunade's beautiful eyes were fixed on the top, and several flaming dragons spewed towards her. Tsunade's power is indeed terrifying if you face it head-on. Even his Qiye, I'm afraid it won't feel good. Tsunade's kick just caused the ground to collapse. Qiye could only jump into the air and fight back. Humph, Tsunade smiled lightly. Have you finally used ninjutsu? Count you as a wise boy. Tsunade is famous in the ninja world for his strange power, saying that medical ninjas do not have the conditions to charge the front line. But there is one medical ninja, and that's her Tsunade. In terms of power alone, no one in the ninja world can match it. Several giant fire dragons illuminated the sky red, and the surrounding temperature instantly became hot. Fire style, the specialty ninjutsu of the Uchiha clan. Just looking at the scale of this fire style, I am afraid it has reached the power of ill-level ninjutsu. But facing Tsunade, one of the Sannin, obviously not enough. Tsunade's slender hands go straight to the ground. Aha! With a loud roar, the ground was lifted directly. The land was directly lifted up to make an earth wall, and the thickness of the land was probably several jang thick. Compared with the earth style used by Kakashi, the earth flow wall is thicker and larger, and there is no dog head. You know, Kakashi's earthen wall is ninjutsu, and for this thick wall, Tsunade used his own magic power to lift up the land. A woman has such a strong power that a man will be silent when she sees it, and a woman will cry when she sees it. No wonder he can knock Jiraiya 100 meters away with a single punch and break a few ribs. Seeing this scene, Qiye couldn't help but twitch at the corners of his mouth. Tukao. Old woman, the power is really terrifying. Tsunade held the earth wall in front of him, and the thuds slammed into the earth wall. The shock of the explosion followed, and Tsunade held the wall without a single step. Shizune, who was watching the battle, was pale and almost scared. These two are definitely gambling, and in her opinion, it is more like a life and death battle between ninjas. What? With another roar, Tsunade lifted the earth wall directly. Gathering the strength of his whole body, he suddenly threw it towards Uchiha Qiye not far away. Extremely fast. Clap clap, after throwing it, Tsunade patted the soil stain on his hand, and the corner of his mouth drew a touching arc. Uchiha kid, don't get smashed, I'm irresponsible. Somehow, the fight with Qiye. Advertisement Tsunade vaguely felt the blood in his body boil, full of desire for victory. What's the matter with this feeling? Has it been a long time since there was a fight? A Jonin-level kid like the other party would make me feel this way too? No, it should have been a long time since I fought. Qiye, a kid, is not enough for my body to react. Boom, boom. The giant wall smashed to the ground, and the sound of a violent collision followed. Tsunade's beautiful eyes narrowed. Just now, that is, afterimage. In that instant, Tsunade saw Qiye dodging the impact of the clod. The speed was so fast that what she captured was just an afterimage. This time, Qiye did not use ninjutsu, but charged towards Tsunade again. Seeing Qiye rushing towards him, Tsunade's expression finally became solemn. Because she saw Kai's black eyes suddenly turned into scarlet 3-tomo Sharingan. This kid, the Sharingan is turned on, and it's still the complete 3-tomo Sharingan. Master Qiye. Shizune put his small hand in front of his mouth and couldn't help but exclaimed. The Uchiha family really lives up to their reputation, they're handsome and can play. Dolphin. Fluff, flutter, flutter. Dolphin also made a sound of praise. Well done, little devil. The blue chakra on Tsunade's body quickly gathered on top of his fists, and he punched Qiye, who was rushing towards him. However, Kai's body was as ghostly and agile as a snake, and with a forward turn, he directly avoided Tsunade's punch. In front of the Sharingan, Tsunade's movements and attack patterns were captured by these eyes. The attack method is single. Qiye wants to dodge, it is very easy. Cut. Tsunade gritted his teeth lightly, a look of unwillingness on his face. As a Konoha shinobi, she is quite familiar with Sharingan. The capture of dynamic vision, the replication of the opponent's movements, and the strategy of counterattack or avoidance. Those eyes saw clearly. The biggest advantage of Tsunade is power. She doesn't ask for a punch to knock the opponent. Even if it rubs it a little bit, Tsunade wins. Swish, bang bang bang, whoosh whoosh, there are several consecutive ordinary coupons, left hooks, uppercuts, and horizontal kicks. These attacks by Tsunade were all dodged by Qiye one by one, without the slightest flaw, so that Tsunade could not find any loopholes. The consecutive attacks were all in vain, and Tsunade's breathing became a little short. The battle spread over a wide area, and every time Tsunade hit the ground, a huge crater would appear. Shizune had already hid in a big tree far away. All of Tsunade's attacks made Qiye dodge, and Shizune was surprised. It was the first time she had seen a ninja who could stand in front of Tsunade for so long. The one who is one of the Sannin, Tsunade-sama, and Uchiha Qiye can stalemate with Tsunade-sama for so long. Is he also a monster? Now it seems that Shizune feels that Kai's strength is already above her. Although he is also a Jonin, it is absolutely impossible for him to last so long in front of Tsunade. Shizune's face was solemn. Could it be that Mr. Kai's strength has far surpassed that of Jonin? On the fighting grass, there were several huge pits that had been smashed by Tsunade, smoking. Tsunade was also a little annoyed after the consecutive attacks failed. Hey, boy. Do you Uchiha clan just hide? If you go on like this, you won't be able to touch my necklace, so I won't attack, so why waste it? Tsunade folded his arms around his chest, seeming to be reasonable. She was in a hurry, Tsunade was in a hurry. Seeing Tsunade's appearance, Qiye chuckled lightly. I can't hit you if I hide, and if I don't dodge, you won't be able to hit even more. Chapter 83 Advertisement. If I hide from you, you won't be able to hit, and if I don't hide, you won't be able to hit even more. Qiye didn't expect Tsunade to be so restless and suddenly became violent. However, all of this fell into Kai's arms. He just wanted to see Tsunade frantic and helpless. Next, Qiye didn't mean to hide. Instead, confront Tsunade face to face and see whose hand is, and no, whose fist is. A body flicker technique, Qiye gallops towards Tsunade. Is this kid finally taking the initiative to attack? Tsunade breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Qiye took the initiative to attack, she still had a chance. There will be a flaw in the attack, and Tsunade will be able to attack the flaw that Qiye has revealed. This time, Tsunade gathered all chakra in his right hand. The blue chakra burns like a flame on the right forearm. This strange punch is enough to shatter the giant steel. However, Qiye had no intention of dodging. He also clenched his fists, and he didn't use the magic fist he had just learned from Tsunade, he used his own power. He wanted to use his strength to collide with Tsunade's fist. Tsunade seemed to see Kai's intentions, with a look of disdain on his face. Little devil, are you going to fight me head-on? Give birth a few years earlier, huh? One punch away. The strength of this punch is actually rolling up a powerful airflow. The dead branches and leaves floated in the air. No, Mr. Qiye, if you and Mr. Tsunade are head-to-head, your hand will be abolished, so take the previous tactics and wait for the opportunity to touch the necklace. In the distance, Shizune and Dudu had worried expressions on their faces. Seeing that Qiye was about to take Tsunade's punch head-on, cold sweat broke out on his face. At the same time as Tsunade punched, a confident smile appeared on Kai's mouth. Not afraid at all, he also punched Tsunade. Boom! What followed was a low muffled sound. The fists of the two collided in the air, and the shock wave generated spread dozens of meters around. Some big trees were uprooted and collapsed. Swish! Flying sand and rocks, green leaves and dead branches swirled in the powerful airflow generated by the shockwave. Not only that, the ground beneath Qiye and Tsunade tore apart and collapsed, suddenly forming a huge circular crater dozens of meters in size. The impact of these two powerful forces is terrifying. Shizune hurriedly retreated a dozen meters back, seeing the astonishing destructive power. He subconsciously swallowed his saliva, wiped the cold sweat on his face, and took a deep breath. This is really terrifying. Is this a contest of cage-level powerhouses? Qiye and Tsunade remained motionless, still in a stalemate. And Shizune and Dudu were completely dumbfounded. Previously, Qiye used Sharingan to capture Tsunade's movements to avoid this solution. But now, despite the collision of positive forces, Kai's body didn't move one bit. It can be said that even in terms of strength, Yi is not at all disadvantaged. Lord Qiye, even in terms of power, he is on an equal footing with Lord Tsunade. Shizune's unbelievable expression was full of surprise. Not to mention other aspects, in terms of power, Shizune has never seen a ninja who can be on an equal footing with Tsunade. But today, she saw it. What will be the outcome of this battle? Shizune's heart is also getting more and more anticipation. Not only Shizune was shocked, Tsunade was also surprised. Advertisement: she has performed many missions and participated in the Ninja World War. The title of Sannin is obtained from the battle with Rain Shinobi Village Hanzo. Before that, she had never met a ninja who could face her face to face, but today, she did. Is this guy really so lucky? Tsunade felt that since he met Uchiha Qiye, things that had never happened before were happening now. Saying that Qiye is not the lucky star, she herself does not believe it. Mei Mu stared at Qiye, but the other party's expression was calm and fearless. In the fist, Tsunade felt a little bit, and his fist was aching. Although the feeling was subtle, she really felt it. With a strange strength, she fights against others, but she actually feels pain. How hard does the opponent have to be? This time Tsunade finally felt it. Although she didn't use her full strength in this punch, it still had 60% of her power. Even elite Jonin, if he punched her, his arm would be destroyed. Is this the legendary power of Sannin? It's really strong, and taking her punch from the front will cost me a lot of chakra. Qiye thought to himself, if he also used Tsunade's strange power, it would be a lot easier to take this punch. Little Tsunade, are you really Sannin? Power, so be it. That's it, he said that my strength is the same. This little devil is getting more and more advanced. Tsunade gritted his teeth and decided not to keep his hands anymore. With his medical ninjutsu, he could still save the opponent by beating him half to death. Little devil, don't blame me for the lack of parts in the body. Now Tsunade will let Qiye see what it means to respect the seniors and what it means to be a society. The empty left hand instantly gathered a lot of chakra. Tsunade was stunned when he was about to give Qiye a left hook. Qiye didn't do anything, just yawned, ah la la. Tsunade suddenly felt that the surroundings became extremely cold, and he was enveloped in a biting chill. It was obviously afternoon, and the sun was still in the sky. Tsunade felt like he was in a world of ice and snow. And the yawn that Qiye yawned just now was actually cold. She just used the power of foreknowledge, and the future told her that if she hit that punch, she would have only one result, and that was failure. This deep sense of crisis has never been experienced since Tsunade became Sannin. The last time I felt this way Tsunade had forgotten when fighting Hanzo of the Salamander with Orochimaru, Jiraiya, or earlier. She could feel the chill, and this sense of crisis had bound her in it like a cage. And the source of the chill is him, Uchiha Qiye. Without any thought, Tsunade instinctively rushed backwards. Hey, using the power of foreknowledge, did you choose to retreat when you felt the danger? It's really useful. Tsunade, who was about to attack just now, suddenly stopped, obviously using foreknowledge, knowing that the result of the attack would be harmful to her and not beneficial. Qiye is clearly better at predicting. He foresaw Tsunade's foreknowledge. Tsunade retreated like this, and instantly opened a distance of dozens of meters from Qiye. The pretty face was full of solemnity. A dignified Sannin was forced back by a little devil, and it was a joke if it was spread. Tsunade is also self-respecting. If it was a life-and-death battle between ninjas, Tsunade wouldn't care about that. She definitely has the basic qualities of a ninja. Advance when it is time to advance, retreat when it is time to retreat. You can advance or retreat, depending on the situation. But this time is different, it's a gamble. Seeing Tsunade's puzzled expression, Qiye couldn't help but smile. Even one of Sannin's, she couldn't figure out why it became like this. With the next move, Qiye is ready to decide the outcome. Chapter 84 Advertisement. Next, it's time to decide the winner. Even though Tsunade was tens of meters away from Qiye, he could feel the majestic chill around him and shivered suddenly. Shizune crossed his arms and rubbed his arms, puzzled. Just got her back soaked from the heat and watching the tense fight. It's suddenly so cold now, and the sun is not in the sky, it's really weird. Dolphin. Buzz, flutter, flutter, flutter. The pig's body trembled involuntarily. This icy and biting chill, if it stays for a long time, can make people feel calm and despair. It was like being trapped in an illusion, unable to extricate herself. Tsunade's moving face suddenly changed, and wherever she went, the chill was with her. Damn, what's the situation? Is that kid's ability? Tsunade had never heard of the Uchiha clan with such abilities. The current Qiye is like a different person from before. The level of danger to Tsunade skyrocketed. He is no longer an ordinary Jonin. According to his own feelings and years of experience, in Tsunade's view, Qiye Shaoguido already has Sannin level strength, which is cage level. 10 minutes before the end of time, Tsunade stared at Qiye. Now even she can't be careless, she must hold on for 10 minutes. As long as the time is up, she will win. Tens of millions of taels of silver. Tsunade's eyes are already full of money, and she will also get rid of the title of Big Fat Sheep. It was the first time in her life that she had won money. I have to say, Tsunade is quite imaginative. The battle is not over yet, and she has already thought about the next thing. Click, 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 Tsunade's yellow pupils shrank suddenly. I was surprised to find that with Qiye as the center, the ground quickly froze. The spread is extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, the speed of freezing has reached his eyes. The big tree in front of Tsunade was instantly frozen by the ice. The speed of freezing continued to spread, and the entire grassland had become an ice field. The forest not far away also suffered. Shizune and Dudu immediately ran back quickly. No matter how fast she gallops, she even uses the body flicker technique. The freezing speed instantly surpassed her. Shizune was very flustered, the kind of fear that made her close her eyes, and when she found that she could still move and breathe, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. What was supposed to be a hot summer turned into an ice world in an instant. Shizune can see the hot breath he exhales. She originally thought that she would be frozen by this ice layer too. She opened her eyes slightly and glanced, she was thinking too much. The tree trunk under his feet has been frozen, and at a glance, a piece of white flowers. The forest that was once lush and green has now become silver fangs. A vast expanse of whiteness with no end in sight. Shizune's eyes widened, unable to hold back. Is this Qiye-kun's power? When I just wanted to stand up, because the stem had been frozen into ice, it was extremely smooth. Whisper, holding the dolphin, he rolled down directly. Bang bang, bang bang, after rolling several times in a row, it finally stopped. One person and one pig have a big red and swollen bag on their head. What about Tsunade-sama? Tsunade-sama has turned into an iceman, right? At this time, Tsunade did not become an iceman. When Frozen arrived at her side, he slammed a punch and shattered it directly. Not only that, but also lifted the frozen ice on the ground. Advertisement, but this frozen ice seems to have infinite vitality, just broken and then immediately frozen again. Not only was the ground frozen, but a large block of ice suddenly formed in the sky and rushed towards Tsunade. Wow, with another kick, Tsunade shattered the giant ice cube directly. Because Tsunade was wearing high-heeled shoes, standing on the ice was extremely smooth, and he staggered, and if he was not careful, he would fall. The whole meadow, the woods, there is not a part that is not covered by ice. Tsunade had a hard time finding a place to stay. Turning his head and looking back, Tsunade was completely stunned by that scene. This is impossible. Human, how could a human do such a thing? Is he a god? Tsunade's yellow pupils suddenly dilated, and the whole person was shocked. She saw that the mountain behind her had become an iceberg. Such terrifying power is simply not something that a ninja can do. This has completely changed the natural environment. Damn, what kind of power is this little devil? Is it really the Uchiha clan? Not only was this meadow and forest frozen, but even that big mountain was covered with ice. This has completely subverted Tsunade's cognition. Tsunade now feels completely frozen. No, the ice is coming again. Tsunade noticed that the ice on the ground had grown thicker, and from time to time giant chunks of ice were rushing towards her in the air. Click, click. There are a few strange fists and strange feet again. Tsunade shattered the ice cubes. At this time, her breathing has become rapid, in order to prevent herself from being frozen. It takes great effort and chakra. What should I do? This little devil is so difficult to deal with. Do you want to unravel 100 healings mark and use the Baihao technique? There are only 2 minutes left, hold on a little longer and it will pass. With Tsunade now, it is very difficult to just dodge the attacks of freezing and ice cubes. If Qiye made a move now, there is a great possibility of touching the necklace. Tsunade, who managed to stabilize his body, looked around, but Qiye was nowhere to be seen. Hey, what about the kid? Suddenly, a joking voice came from behind Tsunade. Little Tsunade, are you looking for a teacher? The familiar voice made Tsunade shudder. Uchiha Qiye had appeared behind her at some point. And Tsunade could feel that cold hand on his back. Tsunade's reaction was also very fast, and he was about to throw his fist back. However, Qiye is faster. Take a sip. Freeze, swish. In an instant, Tsunade was already in a huge cylindrical ice layer, only a small head was exposed. This appearance is somewhat similar to Sasuke's decapitation technique in the center of the body. But this is a giant cylinder of ice made by Qiye, which is especially spit out on the plain. It is 10 meters high, with Tsunade as the center, and the area of the ice center is 10 meters. This time, Tsunade was completely frozen. Being controlled by his opponent in an instant, Tsunade was very shocked. Qiye people don't talk much. First, he touched the necklace on Tsunade's neck, and then he took it off. Tsunade. You. I want to say but don't know what to say. You, what you, I won. Hey, this time, even though she was Tsunade, she couldn't help but sigh. Since birth night, he Shengong, _chapter 85 advertisement. Since birth night, he Shengong. Tsunade saw the scarlet Sharingan in Kai's eyes and opened his mouth into an O shape. Boy, it turns out that you have already activated Mangekyo Sharingan, no wonder it is so strong. In order to quickly resolve the battle, Qiye did use the abilities of Mangekyo Sharingan and Frozen Fruit just now. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for winning the bet with Tsunade, one of Sanin. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tsunade favorability. 8. Highly dependent, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Mangekyo side effects -0 close black lens bracket. Hey, is there a reward for this too? Qiye sees Tsunade looking at him, it is full of dependence. As for Tsunade's strategy, Qiye has been completely successful. Tsunade, now that I have won, I can go back to Konoha. Tsunade just turned his head slightly angrily and didn't speak. Shizune ran up along the cliff ice wall holding the dolphin. An anxious look on his face. Master Tsunade, Master Qiye, are you all okay? Seeing the necklace spinning in Kai's hand, Shizune understood in an instant. Master Tsunade actually lost to this boy, and now the young people in Konoha are already so powerful. Shizune and Tsunade haven't been back to Konoha for a long time, and they don't know what's going on with Konoha now. Shizune was always polite when Tsunade hadn't sold her to Qiye. She has always called Qiye by Qiye-kun. Now Tsunade sold her to Qiye, and she casually calls Qiye Lord Qiye. Apparently he also knew that Tsunade couldn't sell her, now everyone is from Konoha. Shizune doesn't care about that anymore. Master Qiye, is this your ability? It's too scary, it's too dangerous, and Dudu and I were almost frozen. Shizune still has lingering fears, because they saw that after the frozen branches were broken, there was no residue. So I worry that after being frozen, there will be no residue left. Shizune, don't worry, you and Dudu are my people. How could I freeze you? I'm very measured. Now Kai's use of frozen fruit has reached the point of perfection. If you want to freeze the entire forest without hurting Shizune, it's easy. Shizune was quite cute when he saw Tsunade's small head sticking out of the ice. She didn't dare to laugh, for fear of being beaten. Dolphin is making a fluttering sound as always. Tsunade. You stinky pig, do you want to be my appetizer? Hearing this, Dudu immediately shrank his whole body together and shivered. Boy, it's too cold, you've already won, why don't you lift the ice? This is what a disciple should be like. Qiye touched Tsunade, who was exposed, and snapped his fingers. With a snap, the icy world was restored in an instant. Changed back to the original grass, green mountains. If he hadn't been there and felt the chill in his body, Tsunade would have thought he was in an illusion. After regaining his freedom, Tsunade jumped up and down. The waves rolled and instantly felt much more relaxed. Boy, I didn't expect you to have such abilities, is this the power of your Mangekyo Sharingan? Qiye simply nodded. Okay, this 5th Hokage is my decision, now I'm hungry, let's go back to town for a meal first. Advertisement. Seeing Tsunade's long-lost smile, Shizune was overjoyed. Tsunade's ability to take that important necklace as a bet means she no longer clings to the past. Shizune saw this clearly. In the tavern in the town, Qiye and the three of them had another big meal. Of course, this meal had to be the rich Kai's treat, as a way to clean up the dust for the 5th Hokage. Boy, I'll be Konoha's 5th Hokage from now on, you have to behave well. That's it, before he became a Hokage, he took on the stance of a Hokage. Eat enough and drink enough. In the past few days, things that have not happened in the past have encountered these days, and things that have not happened have also happened. All this change is because of the existence of Uchiha Qiye. Tsunade couldn't help his curiosity after all. Asked Qiye. Hey boy, did you wake up the next day after we finished drinking that day? Did you feel that the chakra in your body became much fuller? Did you feel that your strength was also strengthened and the speed became faster? After drinking there is no dizziness at all. Tsunade and Shizune stared at Qiye with curious eyes, because the answer to this question could only be found from the man in front of him. Hey, is it the same for you? I just feel this way. I thought you all had it. I didn't have time to ask. Do you know what's going on? Tsunade and Shizune looked at each other. Qiye didn't look like he was lying. In other words, after that night, the three of them became stronger by themselves, not because of one person, which is too weird. At present, only Yuyue Shion knows the secret that she can become stronger by sleeping with herself, and Qiye doesn't want to tell them that it is her reason. Let's talk until the right opportunity arises. Forget it, there is wine today and I'm drunk today. I couldn't think of a reason, but Tsunade and the others stopped thinking about it. Master Hokage, Shizune, the sun is about to set, let's go back to Konoha. With a glass of wine in his stomach, Tsunade had a sly smile on his face. Qiye, the sun is about to set now, it's hundreds of kilometers away from Konoha. Let's have a good night's sleep. Let's go tomorrow. Tsunade, this lazy mind, Qiye had already guessed it. No, we don't have to go, as soon as we close our eyes and then open, we will arrive at Konoha. Seeing Kai's confident smile, Tsunade and the others always felt that something bad was going to happen. I don't know what Qiye is going to do. The unknown is the most terrifying. Meanwhile, many ninjas gathered outside the gate of Konoha village. Anbu, Chunin, Jonin, the investigation division, the perception division, and others who participated in the quest to find the 5th Hokage gathered here. An anxious look appeared on everyone's face. Nara Shikahisa. Kakashi, has your team found Tsunade-sama's whereabouts? Sakaku-san. No, My ninja can't even smell Tsunade-sama's scent. The special search team of the Inuzuka clan also found no trace of Tsunade-sama. The same goes for the search team of the Perception Department. Today is the last day to find the future 5th Hokage. This S-class mission has not been completed yet. The ninjas on the mission have returned to Konoha to gather at the gate one after another. The 2 Hokage consultants and Danzo were gathered here. Both Homura and Kaharu have agreed, and they are not finding Tsunade's whereabouts. Danzo, it's up to you to be the 5th Hokage. Danzo sighed softly. If that's the case, that's all it can do. The ninjas who performed the mission have been doing mission reports one after another, and they all ended in failure of the mission. Suddenly there was a sound of surprise in the crowd. No, there is one person who hasn't come back.